Welcome back, y'all. I'ma continue my story that I started last week about our Kasson glory, about us growing together and we no longer shorties, but we still act like kids until our circulatory stop. Look and listen, it ain't mandatory, but this is all real life, not an allegory. So, let's begin from an arbitrary spot. Kasson was no average block. More kids than parents were, it seemed that way a lot. The summers there were popping, we were outside more than not. Some friends of ours had pools, so we were cool when it was hot. Cops and robbers was our game, man, we played that shit a lot. Backyards, under porches, robbers screaming, fuck the cops. Block parties were alive at 7 a.m., the horses dropped. Knocking on our neighbors' doors to move the cars from off the spot. The day would go into the night, hydrant open, riding bikes, basketball games in the street. If you ain't like it, take a hike. So I'ma end it there, and for those of you who care, next week will be Osama and Dave. My apologies, I can't be there. So have a good week, and I'll see y'all in 2, episode 11, 5, 4, 3. YouTube, what's good? Welcome back. This is Kiona and Kasson podcast, episode 11.
11.
I got some things that I want to share with you before we start getting into a bunch of things.
11.
I guess we're double digits.
Right.
You always fuck up my beginning, bro. Like you just can't.
Well, I like the
Let it
comments.
shine.
Well, why can't we talk about the number of episodes before we jump into like the next thing? I thought it's cool that it's 11, man. It's like, it's better than 1, 2. It's like single digits just don't seem as.
Of course, yeah.
This is true, man. We broke that cherry last week. It was very nice.
Exactly. It felt good.
Right, but 10 isn't even us. The 10 is one syllable. You know what I mean? 11. It just it's a little. It rolls off the tongue better.
You know?
7,
7.
11.
I know, but 7 is single
7.
digits and it's more. Anyway,
Hey,
this is not even a point. All right.
It really isn't.
Anyway.
My bad. This wasn't why I brought it up. I just meant it's cool. It kind of rolls off the tongue a little better.
I suppose so. But anyway, I'm here with my brother Osama and our boy Dave.
And what up?
So yeah, a couple things that I wanted to share this week. Let me make sure I got my whole memory together. First of all, I want to apologize for last week. We had a little bit of weirdness in our audio. For whatever reason, I'm not sure exactly why that happened, but we're going to try to fix that. And just the tone of last week's episode was just really upsetting, you know?
Yeah, it was,
so,
definitely.
So yeah, and there was something else I wanted to say about last week, but I can't remember right now. So next week, and I'm sharing this news with you guys as well. Next week, I'm not going to be in town on Friday.
Oh!
Next week, I'm going to Dallas, Texas for the weekend.
Oh,
For what? What you getting into?
My cousin Samir's birthday weekend.
Ah, yes.
And so Sarah purchased the tickets, our sister, not realized that it was going to cover over this day. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, now I'm not going to be there for Friday. It's just not a good look. So, I'm leaving it in your hands, gentlemen. This is actually why I purchased the new SD card today, so that I can grab the old one and leave this one with you guys.
Oh, that's cool. Alright, I like that.
So, yeah, I mean, sorry guys, but it could be like the
Shit. I mean, you know,
the co-host extravaganza.
You know,
so,
you
you
know.
what I'm saying?
y'all might not even want him to come back, though.
Extravaganza.
Y'all might not even want him to come back. I'm just saying.
I mean, it don't matter because I'm coming, but
Yes.
yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's what's up. That's cool.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Samir.
she was trying to get me to go. Like, she really wanted me to go.
You couldn't get off work?
No, that's not it. I mean, I'm in school, but that's not even the thing.
Right.
But I'm just honestly, I just didn't feel like spending the money and going out right now. I told him I'll visit him soon, but
That's good.
you know, for right now, I just gotta take care of some shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, but no, I bet it's gonna be pretty dope that you're gonna go out there and see him.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. I mean, I always have a good time. It's just now that we got this thing going on Fridays, it's hard not to be able to be here.
Feel like you're missing work,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, shit.
but like the work you
And
want to do.
even like if I have a legitimate reason to take off my 9 to 5, I'll still kind of feel guilty that I'm not there.
No, yeah.
And so I think that kind of translates here for me. I don't know.
I think Sam is different.
But I don't call off.
It's probably less so that way nowadays, but like there's always this like guilty feeling that I had. If I took the day off, I'm like, I don't know if it was like guilty or if it was like, I hope they don't fire me while I'm off because I'm not trying to be Craig.
On your day off.
How you gonna get fired on your day off?
I don't know, but yeah. So the following week I shall return, and
The great return.
in the meantime, in between time, you got these boys, and hopefully,
That's right.
Yeah, man,
We'll treat him right.
hopefully when I return, I can bring some other shit with me to, complete the hopefully, I mean, the week I come back, at least hopefully we can bring the microphones in and
Yeah,
you know,
man.
get everything going here. So.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And I'm gonna try to do some vlogging while I'm in Texas too, because I might as well, you know.
That's cool. That's cool.
So be on the lookout.
Be
for
one
that.
of those YouTubers that give you the whole montage of the airport experience.
No, because I hate the airport experience,
Oh, man.
and I don't think that anybody else really likes it.
I
very
work
much.
in the airport, so
It's terrible.
Do you mind flying?
No, I don't mind it.
Do you mind flying?
I love it.
Flying is cool, man.
Because listen, when I'm not on a plane, and say especially like when I first get back from vacation, I look up and I'm like, man, I wish I was on that fucking plane.
Yeah, I do
It's
think that.
habitual.
You ever look at like
Like I wonder where
where?
these motherfuckers-
Yes. Where are they going?
For real.
Like,
And
why
how
can't
many
I
of them
go?
are going for pleasure?
Also, if you were to like research flight patterns, you would really see how many like planes are in the air.
So many.
It's
Crazy.
kind of it's almost like traffic in
And
the
especially-
sky. I mean, well, so obviously
It is
Yeah.
traffic in the sky, but
Especially
like
to
it's
over
such
there.
a wide open area with you can go vertical.
Yeah.
So it's like you can be
Yeah.
like right at the same, in the same area, but
But
different
like
locations.
if you look at the graphic, they've showed it a few times on the news of O'Hare, like the planes coming in and out. They're literally it's going every direction from O'Hare specifically. You know.
Did you hear
It's
they're
like a
trying to
fucking
build
hub.
that circular runway?
What? What are you gonna take off in a circular?
No, that can happen.
Because you
Gain
pick
that
up
momentum.
you pick up speed
Gain that momentum.
and you can.
What is this, Mario Kart? I don't
Dude,
see how it
no,
works
so-
out.
so the way-
it's gonna save space too.
Yeah, it saves a lot of space. It's circular and like I think I forget where it's gonna be. I feel
not
like
sure
they
how that would
approved
be
it
for the
here, but I don't
passengers,
think
though.
that's right. But either way, it's like
That shit might be like that might be weird for passengers though.
3
So
miles.
it's gonna be like a.
It's-
You
no,
know
I
what the
thought-
problem is? I'm picturing it as a smaller circle, and they're just like.
no, I think it's 3 miles. I think it's 3 miles.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
So that means that you're able to gain momentum, and they said this way planes can take off in every direction
Exactly.
instead of taking off at the end of
But what
one.
if it turns? What if it turns the pilot around? Like this is fucking. When they have those things in London, the roundabouts.
Yeah, the roundabout. That's funny.
That's the equivalent of the roundabout.
It's like the
Holy
wrong
shit,
fucking-
That's hilarious. That's funny.
That shit could happen. Fuck that. I'm not on board with that.
Every time I see a roundabout, I think of that one song where it's like.
Like the fucking, they have that shit at Six Flags. The first thing you see is the
The
fucking
carousel.
carousel.
Exactly.
I've never been on that motherfucker. I've been to Six Flags
Never
so
mind.
many times in my life,
Never mind.
but never been there.
Yeah, I don't really. I
Maybe.
don't dig carousel.
Hmm?
I just don't like big carousel.
Yeah, fuck am I sitting on this horse for? It's just wet.
It's not a
Maybe
ride.
you remember that we went.
Even as a kid.
We went to Six
Shit
Flags.
was, I wanted to be.
Especially as a kid.
I wanted to be on the roller coaster, man.
Yeah. Well, maybe not.
Not
It's
you.
true.
But-
We went to Six Flags with you when we were
All
younger.
that shit. Yeah.
And I think that time, it's very possible that I could have been on the merry-go-round.
with Sarah too.
Yeah.
Six Flags was
Yeah.
I enjoy roller coasters. I always wanted to be on the fucking thing that went fast, not this stupid fucking pony that just goes in circles. And I feel like we've gone nowhere,
Yeah.
and we really haven't.
I've
Sometimes
learned-
you end up in the same spot you began on carousels, which is kind of hilarious.
I learned that I like the roller coasters that actually just fall really fast. They're some of my favorite. So remember we did
Yo, we gotta
Tower
go
of
to Six
Terror?
Flags soon. Oh, Tower of Terror was dope.
Dude.
Tower of Terror
Yeah.
was dope. So when we
Just
went
that
to
stomach dropping feeling, like constantly just going up and down.
that, we went to Florida when we were
Throw up everywhere.
when I was like junior year of high school. How old were you?
I don't fucking know.
Because I was a junior in high school. So you must have been like 7th grade? 8th grade?
8th grade.
You're old enough to,
I think I was about 14.
to ride with me to do what we
I
did.
was about 14, 15 maybe.
Our parents, my dad wanted to go sightseeing. Me and him were like, no, we want to go. There's a fucking water park we want to
Like
see.
you're in Orlando, the only thing you're supposed to sightsee are the parks.
Okay, exactly. So we took mad shuttle buses to like different parks. We went to one to go see. We did Tower of Terror, and I was like, all right, now we can go. That's all we did, right? We went in there and did Tower of Terror. I don't think we did anything else. We did
Might have
right
been it.
after.
And then we went to Blizzard.
And then we went to Blizzard Beach. We wanted to go to the water park. So we went. We were literally, man, our parents dipped in the car, and we just fucking for the whole day. And we were young, so it was kind of a cool thing
Oh,
for
yeah,
us.
right.
So, but man, that was funny
Just
as
you
hell.
two?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So, and we had like back. I don't know if it's the same way now, but then they had like passes, right?
Yeah.
And I like somehow, some way they had like another entry on a couple of them, right? So my dad's friend gave it to him, and he had those. So that's how we were able to like say fuck it. But the best part about Tower of Terror is we just walked in, did Tower of Terror, walked the fuck back out. We knew exactly what we wanted to do that day. I was like, listen, we gotta ride this shit, but we also gotta go to Blizzard Beach.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool
Blizzard Beach
day.
was fun, yeah.
That was a good day. But Tower of Terror, like you're right, like it's giant drop, but on steroids a little bit.
You're literally in an elevator and you're just constantly going up and falling and going up and falling and falling. And
There's no like, and it like varies and shit.
Yeah.
The only thing that rivals that is when we went to Vegas, we did the Stratosphere.
Okay.
They have like the giant drop, but also on steroids because it goes right at the top, like the antenna basically. It's fucking insane, man.
There's that one other one we went on that's spun like this. It was just on one like large spoke and there was 2 cars in the end.
Oh yeah. It was right in front of the hotel, right?
That was
right,
like whatever Florida's Old Town.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was pretty dope too.
Yeah.
Man, I always love those type of things, man.
Yeah, amusement parks.
I don't think I could do there's the only ride that ever made me sick was the Orbit. Because it was just literally you get in these fucking it's like a circular like flying saucer and then there's like different like single carts and the carts are free spinning like this.
Oh right.
So it would do this and the carts would do this.
Yeah.
And man, that's the only thing I got sick on. I've been on so many things to fuck with people to be fun and I've never gotten sick. That was my payback.
Have you ever done that thing? Have you ever done the thing? It's like you get in it and you hold like this, and it's basically just like a circle. It's on a what do you fucking call those things? I don't know. Literally, you're just flipping around in all different directions.
No, I've never done that. I know Pops did that. You got sick?
Yeah. That shit was fun as fuck. it was.
I remember.
Scared.
I remember our dad did that. Maybe it was in Indiana Beach.
I don't remember.
Because that's when our dad did that. We're just talking with mad name dropping of amusement parks and shit. Anyway, let's talk about
something else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't really even get into my week yet. But so, what was your week like? Any major events?
No, man. Simple work and just some class. Started taking. I needed just an extra class for credit for my degree, and it's the last one I gotta take like that. So I took Arabic, and it's kind of cool. Like I'm trying to learn. I mean, I tried to learn when I was younger. It wasn't like it just didn't it didn't work out well, and not necessarily because of me or the family. Nobody in the family like outside. It was an outside. And contributor to the bullshit.
Though, man.
You know what? It's crazy, but I'm learning it a little bit. It's crazy, man. I don't know. But it's fun to learn, and I'd like to learn it so I can, eventually, speak it to all the uncles who like to make fun of us because we don't speak it. I want to bust that shit out.
Which bullshit, because all those motherfuckers lived overseas first.
Yeah, they didn't, whatever. Anyway, but that's my week, man. Just work and school, but
a lot to pay attention to in the entertainment world this week.
Yeah, it's true. Why'd you bring that up right now?
I'm just saying, that's probably also a large part of your week if it was anything like mine.
Oh yeah. There's all these the supposed diss record and then the diss records, and we'll get into that though.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, my week was simple, man. Work and school, nothing crazy.
What about you?
How
are you living this week?
Working. I usually get 2 days off, like once a week, like consecutively 2 days off. So I have Wednesday and Thursday off. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always nice.
Yeah.
Having a day off in the middle of the week, man, it's like, and like now, like we were talking about earlier, where I took the day off, and I feel bad about it, but like it's one of those days that for whatever reason you get off like on a Wednesday. There's something about it that's better to me than the weekend almost. Because I'm like, nobody else
everybody's got
But you know what? So it's actually a lie nowadays because all the old people are turning really fucking old, and so they have no jobs anymore, and now they're everywhere.
Their only purpose usually is
You'll
to
never
drive
see
slow.
an old person
Drive slow
past 6 o'clock, but before then.
and then a lot of people are just Uber drivers.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's just gonna be Uber drivers and nobody to pick up.
That's so true.
Like, dude, I drive Uber myself.
Exactly.
It's true.
But what if the Uber driver's running late to someplace and he's like, "Fuck, I should grab an Uber."
I'm just parking my car right here.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's a lot of fucking Ubers. If you look while you're driving, everybody's got a
So
fucking
true. Like little like symbol.
the little
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought about doing it.
But you know
thought
what?
about doing it.
I did too. I registered and I was like, nah.
Why not?
Actually, I did the same thing because I was like, I don't want anybody throwing up in my car.
Oh yeah, you throw up in my car, we're gonna
drive.
We're gonna do fisticuffs.
Oh, most definitely that. But you're also gonna clean my car.
Most definitely that. But then
To be very honest, like I probably
I'm
wouldn't
going to
invite much. Like, listen, we're going to a car wash right now. You're gonna wash my car. I don't care how drunk you are or what you're on, but you're gonna wash my car.
No, I wait till the morning, so you gotta kidnap them, right? First,
Sure, toss them in the trunk.
throw them in the trunk.
Yeah,
like
we both naturally said that.
Right, they wake up. They'll wake up simply. You put a note on them. Be like, listen, you were drunk last night. You drove in my Uber. You are currently in the trunk.
Nothing about that is simply waking up. You will be erratic.
this is
Holy
true.
shit, I'm in a trunk.
Well,
right
maybe
now.
if you read the note,
And like it's
if you
opening
read the
up,
note, maybe you would just shut up and read the note.
But it's dark. So unless you have a lighter,
I put a
lighter in
There's
there?
something you can say. LED lights last
Gas
for
tickets right there. Gas tickets right there.
LED lights last for like 10,000 hours. It will fucking last
I
overnight.
suppose that's
So you
true.
throw that shit in the trunk.
Give him a
They don't
flashlight.
get hot. He will be fine. He lays in there, right? He wakes up and the note's right there. You were drunk, threw up in my Uber. You're in the trunk. You're gonna clean my shit as soon as I wake
That
up.
is negative 5 stars, and you're gonna get sued because you just kidnapped somebody.
You can always do it like
This is hypothetical
Can
though.
I get negative stars?
You can do a Grand Theft Auto style. Remember you hailed a taxi and then it was like you were being a dick. I don't know exactly what you did. Or if you shot out of the car,
Amazing.
you'd get thrown out of the car.
Amazing.
For a reason.
I want to
What am I
see.
talking
I want to see like fucking.
Say,
Uber.
How many times have you been picked up by a cab in Grand Theft Auto? And then, for whatever reason, you just decided you want to start shooting out of the window.
Oh, I never really do that. The only reason I take.
I want to see Uber drivers and Grand Theft Auto situations.
That's
all I wanna say. That's all I want to say.
For whatever reason, you decide to start
That's all
shooting
I
out the
know.
window.
Because it's Grand Theft Auto, you just shoot randomly.
Okay, listen.
And then
Only
they
reason
kick
I
you the fuck out of it.
Actually,
Only
I
reason I ever
don't
took-
want to see that. That's scary as fuck.
only reason I ever took the cab in Grand Theft Auto was to go somewhere fast. But usually to get a dope car somewhere.
It's true.
I don't know, man. All I know is I've done it. And it's funny because they just toss you the fuck out of the car. And
I've been tossed out of a cab, but for other reasons.
Really? Alright.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah,
We
you
don't have to know at all.
No, it's happening.
Anyway, rest
I
of
mean,
the
sometimes motherfuckers get kicked out of places. You know?
It's true.
We have gone for about 45 minutes of nothing.
Yeah,
Most
mostly
things have been
tangents.
45 minutes yet, but like,
It might-
yeah, we've been going on for a while about nothing.
So, I didn't finish that.
Segway
Yes.
So last night, Candace and I went to Half Acre for their beer event.
Yeah.
Where's Half Acre?
So yeah, Half Acre is there's 2 locations. One is Lincoln, right between Montrose and Irving Park.
Okay.
It's right next to Wild Goose.
Oh,
And I'm not giving direct directions, so I don't know exactly where it is, and I apologize.
I know exactly what it is.
So right.
I used to go to Wild Goose back in the day. They used to have some special nights, like, I forget what it was, like Mondays or some shit. They had some crazy shit going on.
Oh yeah, wings.
Probably.
Anyway,
It was a long time ago.
anyway.
I think it was only for the drinks. I mean, they had wings probably, but the drinks were cheap.
I'm talking about Goose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wings. Yeah, wings
Yeah.
are amazing there.
Alright.
It's like the best place for wings. Well,
I can't
Goose
have
is the
wings
best.
anymore. Not to go any further, but it just was that I had a disturbing
I
experience.
can't really, because I can't deal with that type of emotion right there. 'Cause I love wings.
I can't. I had a disturbing experience, and that's just it.
Thanks. All right, I get that. Anyway, so I was at Half Acre, and they had a beer event with Maine Beer Company. They're from Maine, obviously, Northeast. But
I mean, when you first said it, I just expected the spelling VMAIN.
okay, cool.
So,
That's
you
the
know,
beer you were telling me
This is
about
the
earlier.
main brewery.
Got it. Yes, so lunch is their main, like, beer that people go after. But they had a collab with Half Acre, who's from Chicago, and it was an IPA, just really like subtle, smooth, hoppy, dry, bitter. I like it like that.
That's a lot of
That
adjectives.
was a passionate description.
Yeah, it was great. It was so good, like peachy.
Sensual
almost.
voice.
Yeah. But they had a pairing with a lobster roll because they're from Maine. Maine's known for lobster rolls. But the lobster roll they had paired with it was like perfect. It was like eating butter and lobster for the most part.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I not to go on a tangent again.
Not to me,
But I've never really had good lobster, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, wait, you have to, man.
If
It's one of the best.
and if that's the case, that there is actually good lobster, I just haven't had a well prepared one,
Exactly.
or maybe I just don't like lobster.
Or that. Yeah.
I'd like to get a recommendation on what you would say is a good like lobster tail to get. I'd love to try it just to get confirmation because then I can stop trying to fucking buy lobster.
Yeah,
For sure.
I can just cook them.
Sorry about that angry rant.
I can broil them here and show you how to do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I mean, maybe. Because I'm not a fan of seafood, but go ahead.
But also on Wednesdays and Thursday nights at Half Acre they have pizza nights. So in addition to the lobster roll, they had pizza available, and they make their own dough. It's all their own fresh ingredients from their garden.
Okay.
And then they get like their cheese or meats from local farms and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
No, that sounds
But
actually
the
pretty
pizza
dope.
is so on point. It's all like Sicilian style, so it's square.
Yeah.
But they're just fat slices for like $4.
I have to go fuck with that.
Yeah.
Have to fuck
They
with
had
that.
this potato bechamel sauce one that was perfect. It was just potatoes with like chives
Mm-hmm.
and this white it's like an Alfredo, but it's a little bit more just different.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was like the base sauce was that tomato. It was perfect.
Right.
Yeah. So you guys should definitely check that out. And
I
you
might.
guys should check that out if you haven't been there. Half Acre Beer Company. They do great work.
Yeah.
Sounds like that was the highlight of your week.
So yeah, that was last night. We had a good night.
It's pretty dope.
It was fun.
It's pretty dope.
Definitely.
Adam, anything happen in your week?
Not really, man. It's just busy work schedule. I mean, like the schedule is the same, but just the amount of work is different. So, I'm just have gotten to Friday, honestly. Just think about Fridays. That's all I do now, and today was payday as well. So, podcast day is payday. It's a good Friday.
It's a good Friday.
Paydays are good days. We alternate, I believe.
I'm trying to learn how to enjoy the weather change while mourning the fact that summer is going to be gone.
Yeah, that's kind of a difficult balance.
But it's weird. It's still having a hard time letting go because I wake up every morning and it goes from like 55 to like 70.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was hot
the
today.
dew point is crazy. My car is fucking covered in like
Must. Or
Yeah.
not must, but the dew.
dew. Yeah, it's
Obviously.
fucking nasty. And I'm like,
Garage cat, baby.
No, I hear you.
well, then I have to bring the dog out anyway, so I'll put on my shoes. And this is after I get dressed. And for whatever reason, the amount of moisture in the grass seeps through my shoe and my fucking sock is wet. No, that's a real great way to start the day.
Yo.
No. What I do, I won't wear those. I won't wear slides outside in the morning because I know.
No, I have slides and shoes.
Or shoe. Well,
Gets through little fucking holes on the.
That's messed up.
Yeah, dude. It's a terrible way to start the day every day.
Truly.
And fuck those spiders, because I always walk through the web every morning. That's
Yeah,
this
I feel
week
like
has
I'm the
been
only
worse.
person that walks through
Opposite shout out to spiders.
Opposite shout out to spiders.
Yeah,
Opposite
I'm gonna give a big opposite shout out to the big
Oh,
ass spider in my
On that
garage
note,
right now.
There you
I
go.
want to do something that you'll probably never hear me do again on this podcast because it's just not as funny. But Glenn's birthday recently passed, September 8th, I believe. So shout out to Glenn.
We'll give a shout out to Glenn for his
Shout out.
birthday.
But
Happy
also
birthday,
opposite
brother.
shout out to Glenn because
So then opposite shout out.
yeah. So
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
besides, he's also on vacation right now, and I'd like to be on
Yeah,
vacation,
opposite
so-
shout out to Glenn because he's in Las Vegas and I'm hating right now. Yeah, I'm hating Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hating
So
Glenn.
shout out to you for your birthday.
Yeah, I'm
Happy
hating.
birthday. But opposite shout out to you outside of that.
Outside.
We all like Vegas.
In general.
But I know what you're doing though. And shout out to Jessica.
Let me tell you something about Glenn. I met up with him the day after his birthday at Woodfield. Now, there's plenty of times that we did this. He's like, yo, what are you doing today? Like, meet me up at Woodfield. I gotta go, whatever. He's gotta get something. So this time I'm like, Glenn, what you here to buy, man? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna get some shoes. He's like, I gotta have some like fresh shoes for Vegas, like whatever. So we walked to literally every shoe store. We walked to like 3 places that sell food and drinks that he likes. And then he went to H&M, bought 3 shirts, and then we left. And this is my experience with Glenn at the mall every fucking time we go.
Just H&M? Or just like he doesn't buy what he wants
Just
to
he
buy?
doesn't buy what he came to get.
Got you. Okay.
He spent more money on food probably than he did on clothes.
What did he eat? What did he eat?
So these are 3 places we stopped.
Hold on. Let me. Is this too personal? Or?
No, not
Okay.
even.
Alright.
No, I want to know where the fuck he went.
We
Then he
didn't-
had to go 3
so
places.
literally-
I
This is
guess,
what we
yeah,
went.
right.
First
Like
got
at
there,
Auntie Anne's?
we first got there,
Well, I
and
mean, pretzels.
he went to Dunkin' Donuts when we first got there.
Dunkin'
And then-
Donuts.
Yeah.
Then he went to what's the place? Bubble Tea.
Wait,
then-
hold up.
These are all questionable places to go in the mall.
It
and
is.
then-
And bubble tea is questionable in any.
And
in
then he
general.
went to stop
It's
at
good.
Garrett's because
It's good.
Whitfield has Garrett's in there.
See, yeah. All right.
Garrett's?
So
I
did
get-
he
I would-
get-
I mean, I bought some Garrett's too.
I'd have some- I'd get
Did he
Garrett's all
two
day.
drinks and then Garrett's, or did he get
2 drinks and then Garrett's.
See,
He brought the
how
Garrett's
you
home.
gonna get? Wait, did he get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts?
This is what he got too.
Did he get
And that was
coffee
big.
from Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah.
God damn it! How you gonna get? Okay, I'm
And this,
sorry.
This is what I was making
You
fun
can't
of him
do
for.
that though.
This is
You
what I
can't
was
do
making
that.
fun of him for.
You can't have
at
coffee
Garrett's.
and then bubble tea.
Because
I'm sorry.
Garrett's, you got like cheese, the caramel, and then the mix,
Chicago
right?
mix.
This motherfucker got 3 smalls. 1 cheese, 1 caramel, and 1 Garrett's mix. And I was like, bro. Oh, I was dying laughing.
Opposite shout out to not getting straight up Chicago mix. First of all,
I got a large Chicago mix.
Also, opposite shout out to Glenn. Holy shit!
Yo, let's get into some shit.
My man got 3. No!
I don't know why he did
I'm
that,
sorry.
but you know,
I think
I love you, Glenn.
we beat the
I love
the dead horse of Glenn today.
there's never a dead horse of Glenn.
Let's
And I gave him a positive shout out.
You did, though.
So you accept that.
Shout out to Glenn for the B day.
Shout out to Glenn for the B-Day.
You
We'll
progress.
end your day on that because
Get some fucking Chicago mix next time, though. God damn.
That's a typical Glenn move though. I can imagine
Glenn
doing
is
that.
a Glenn.
I'm
That
hurt.
is hilarious.
I'm hurt.
Alright, well,
It
let's
hurts,
see.
man. Hold on. And this is the last thing, but I want to know if you mixed it. So just text me and tell me, did you get 3 individual bags and end up eating all of them at the same time?
I could tell you that.
Because I want to know.
No, I don't know because he took
Exactly.
my
We took
Oh,
them
you took
home.
them home?
Yeah, right. So,
phone. Now,
so I want to know that.
The only way this is acceptable.
We're good, though. I'm
The
good.
only way this is acceptable, and you can let us know, Glenn, if this is how it went
Just
down.
text me. Let me
Did
know.
you get one of those for each person in your life?
Yeah,
or they all for
Exactly.
you?
Yes.
Because
So
if they
what's
were
that
all
for?
for you?
Right.
Then what the fuck?
And just get the mix.
Right.
Because, god damn it. Anyway, go
It's
on.
not like your caramel's gonna get on your cheese.
We're good now. We're good now.
All right. So
Alright, let's talk about some shit.
there's a lot to
Come
talk
on.
about, so we might as well get going.
Let's just get on going.
Couple things just to skim by. Quick shout out. We did lose one person this week. It just seems that's unavoidable. So we're gonna get to that, and then we're gonna move to everything else because that's negative, and I don't want to dwell on that this week. Bill Daly from I Dream of Jeannie passed away. I believe he was 91.
Yeah.
I never.
Long
That wasn't
life.
my era, so I didn't watch that show. But
I Dream of Jeannie is pretty cool.
rest in peace.
Good show.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
I mean, I know from that '70s show that Jeannie was like really hot,
Well,
or at least for the time.
She
being.
was hot back then, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
She
you
was
watch it now, you probably be like,
she
you
was
get it.
60s, 70s hot.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
She was, generational hot.
She's like that original generation Playboy. You know what I mean? With the
Is that a
like,
thing?
with like the
Generational hot?
yeah, with the large
Yeah,
bushes.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That's era hot.
Yeah,
That 70s era hot.
it is. Yes, that was just very, very specific.
That's how you describe it. That's how you describe it. What else would I describe it?
You are so right. That is how you describe it. Yes.
It's the very
The
large
way-
bush era. I don't know.
Oh, how I love how humanity just evolves.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
I'm not saying anything but the fact that she was hot back then. But if you saw her today, you would probably be like, Jeannie could get it.
All right, well, maybe I'll take a look at it, but
She might have been bushy because that was back then.
Maybe. But that's why it's...
Got you.
you never know.
If you look at any 70s Playboy,
I just want to clarify.
they got big bushes. It's just the way it was.
All right.
That's how it was.
So
It was
rest
Sam.
in
It was
peace.
just that
I don't want to stay on the topic, but I'm just saying.
It was
let's
just
move
that
on.
time. That's
It
all
was
it
just
was.
that time.
Let's move on from that.
Big bush.
Rest in peace, Bill Daly. I Dream of Jeannie. Maybe I'll check you out at some point. See what other real fast. Billy Joel left Green Day. Not the same Billy Joel. Not
Yeah,
the same Billy
so
Joel
yeah,
that Sam
hold on.
loved.
We should probably go into that too.
Not the same Billy Joel that Sam
Look,
loved.
look, here.
I don't know much about Green Day,
You
right?
don't. You shouldn't.
I just don't. It's
You
just
don't
not.
listen to
It wasn't my music.
Right.
So I was like, well, I don't know who Billy Joel is now. Like I don't know who that guy. If Billy Joel's in this band,
you know other Billy Joel.
if Billy Joel is in this picture I'm looking at right now, then I don't know who the fuck Billy Joel is.
I thought it was a good honorable mention.
No, you're right.
No, it's a good honorable mention,
music.
but it's also just a way for me to understand that there's 2 Billy Joels and possibly more, but 2 that apparently matter.
Yeah.
For sure.
Billy Joel, the old times.
Yeah, I mean Green Day.
Uptown Girl.
Uptown Girl.
This is, and they had.
That was a terrible. But either way, that's the way the melody goes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fine. Yeah, because he doesn't sing any better than that. So.
Well, he left his band,
Give a
so
fuck.
maybe he decided that I'm fucking done singing.
Different person. Anyway, but yeah, we're getting up on that again. 2 different people.
All
So
right. Peace, Billy Joel.
Peace.
Both of y'all. Apparently.
Yeah,
So-
like what's up with the bassist and drummer thing? It's like a 3-piece. It's not just Billy Joel. Like there's 2 other people in the band, so it's like are they just like, oh, we're gonna play greatest hits.
You're just gonna not put us in the name of the band?
Oh my god.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, it's not my place. It's not my band. You know, do what you gotta do. Y'all decided to break up. Whatever.
Get him. Next.
Just one. Get
Oh, different pizza wearing ass motherfucker.
Get him.
That shit was
All right. I can't, dude. They're supposed to be making a second one. How high? We're talking about, of course. And I really would like that to happen.
They are. They will.
So
I just
well,
feel
because
like
listen, I kept hearing things that
shit's
Method
going
Man
on.
no longer smoked weed. He was a vegan. Fucking all these random things, and I was like, I hope it's not true.
Method Man doesn't smoke weed anymore.
I'm pretty sure that's not true.
I can't. I feel like you might just.
That's
be
about
an
as-
actor now. Trying to get parts. Like, yeah,
But he
I'm
always
totally-
did, though.
I'm a
to some
vegan.
degree.
No offense. No
You can be a
offense.
vegan
I'm sorry.
and
I love
smoke
it.
weed. I'm assuming he smokes weed.
You a legend. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But what the fuck? Don't do that.
Anyway, continue.
I mean, Snoop didn't stop.
Yeah, I'm saying. All right. So also yesterday, today is Friday, of course. It's the 14th. So yesterday was the 13th of September. 22-year anniversary of Pac's death.
Yeah.
Rest in peace
Rest
to
in
him.
peace, Pop.
Rest in peace, Pop.
Yes, indeed.
Crazy.
Rest in
but,
paradise.
Dude, 22 years ago already. That's what 96, right?
Yeah, time
Yeah.
flies, man.
Yeah. Man, I still remember seeing that pop up on the news on MTV News, I think.
Yeah,
Pretty
that
sure
sounds
that
about
night,
right.
Kurt Loder.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, Kurt Loder.
Yo, that's crazy that happened so long
I'm not
ago.
sure if it was Pac or Big that.
We're coming up on the 22nd anniversary of Big's death too, in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy,
That's crazy
to think
shit.
just like the little things that would have been different
That's just crazy.
today.
Yeah, I mean, like, what would the game be like, though?
It's hard to speculate.
It is, though. It is.
Because we've already discussed the relevancy, right? If they progressed, we'd be judging them differently, maybe.
Maybe, though. But yeah, we
Would it been hypothetically? I'm not saying it to be blasphemous.
If they just, like,
Would
made
if
the
Big
greatest.
made the next album and it was trash?
Right, yeah. Like the stuff before that was his best.
But everybody has theirs.
Exactly.
Right,
Listen,
right.
everybody has theirs.
That's true.
Volume 3,
Agreed.
terrible.
But we hold them in such high regard, right? What if there was something to
Nostradamus.
What if there was
Right.
something else to add to that or take away from the legacy that we
I don't think
don't have right now?
I hear you.
I don't think it would take away from the legacy. And I think
Yeah, it would.
But the
that-
legacy,
I think
if they
that
were
would-
still
it
alive,
would
the
only
legacy
add
was
to
still
it.
being built.
I think it would stop some
Yeah.
of these sub-genre
They were
hip-hop
both young.
acts
I don't know.
from coming about. At least it would put them off.
I
a
don't
while.
think so.
Because I think that
Streaming
Big,
was coming anyway.
but Big and Pac were young, dude. They're like what,
But, like,
23, 24?
So, like, you also have to say that there are other factors in music that changed music too, though, or would have changed.
Yeah, it's not just Big and Pop.
Because if Kurt Cobain from Nirvana would have stayed alive and not, killed himself, some shit, I mean, would be different. Streaming would not have been a thing, man. And he was also teaming up with Pac, with Big, with
Streaming was
hip-hop
going to be a thing regardless.
to get like these
Yeah,
rights
but
back to the artists.
Streaming, it was inevitable.
I don't know, man. No, because
The internet grew so large that it was inevitable.
Sam,
You
these are
already were
artists-
storing everything on a
These
cloud.
these are artists on a huge label, right?
Yeah.
And there's one person, if not maybe three, that are controlling this label. And you have 30 huge acts on your specific label. And they try to overthrow you by saying we're not going to follow your rules anymore. And then they have to go back. These, like, they, yeah, like, I don't, that would have a huge, a huge influence.
In order for these artists and for
I
the-
get the influence, but I think
But if John Lennon
streaming
was
was
still
inevitable, man.
If John Lennon was still
I think it
alive,
is.
or like you could say other things come into factor, like
I get that they would be able to like fight it a little differently, but
Even-
maybe streaming would have happened,
even
but the
just having-
monetary
even just having
distribution is
Pac's
different.
voice, just Pac's voice alone, I feel like a lot of shit would have changed for hip hop, if not music itself.
I'm gonna say this.
Streaming
But I
is one
think
of those
that
things.
because of like the time that Pac
He was also becoming an actor too, though. So-
the time that Pac was around, we didn't have all the social media and all that.
No.
So like he was a shot like and we see our rappers and our singers every day now. I can go on and I can look in their stories. So like he was when you seen Pac and he was acting out, all you seen was that and it was it. Right? I don't know if it's the same if it now. Just like the talk we had about Eminem.
Maybe not, but think about it like this: Drake, right? NWA, all the things you saw was the same thing.
Right.
But now you don't see as much of him. He's older, of course, but he's still got the same legacy. Nobody's like, oh, I don't think NWA was what it was. Or like it doesn't cast any shadows over that.
Don't get me wrong. We would need a Pac right now. We do. I'm just saying in terms of how his shock value was
He's a martyr
was taken back from people back then. It would be different now because shock value is not the same. Shock value has changed. To see rappers like being disrespectful and
You're so right.
you know what I'm saying? It's he paved the way for that.
Yeah.
Right? Pac kind of was that not give a fuck kind of person, but nowadays you see that every you can scroll through the feed without even like with effortlessly and find a fucking video of a rapper talking shit or you know what I mean? And not to talk shit about rappers because there's an equal amount that aren't doing that.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, I'm just saying Pac's characteristics like back then were not as widely televised, right? So his was. It seemed like, oh shit, there's Pac again. He's acting out. Look at him. Shit. Every time we see him, meaning maybe you might see him once a week, once every 2 weeks. You hear about him like every other day, but not like see any video. Now, dude, you can just go. For instance, just because 2 Chainz is hilarious, you go on to the 2 Chainz page, and 2 Chainz got a video from like an hour ago. You know what I mean?
But,
and you can see on the hour thing.
But
And I
still,
don't mean it like
you
that.
still have your rappers who maintain their mystique the same way, like DMX, right? Every time you hear about him, he's wilding out. He's not doing some regular normal shit. But
DMX is a special guy. DMX, baby. I go to jail a lot.
He is, but there's a lot of people who.
No, he also has a really like negative light shine on him.
Oh,
For sure.
No, it does. He's had
a lot of bullshit going on right
I
now.
love DMX, man.
For real though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
He's
there's
just real as fuck.
there's artists who don't like use the social media game that same
Yeah.
way, and they're still able to keep their like, you know.
I just think about the fact that the social media to me changes the game.
Yeah.
And it, for me, I have to always think maybe if you were to put social media back then, I don't know, or take the Pac that was back then and throw him in a place where social media is so prevalent, how his impact is received then, right? In that scenario. Because I feel like social media and the internet and streaming changes the game 100%. Right? So every time we talk about a past artist or somebody of that nature, when we talk about how they would be received now, you have to take those things into account.
Right.
So streaming, like, I think streaming was inevitable. Regardless of like the impact of somebody, they can fight and fight. And I think they may have maybe won more of a percentage. But streaming was gonna come.
I get that.
You know, it was people, there was illegal markets for everything. It was only a matter of time before you started digitally taking music.
Yeah, but I just feel like if you had certain artists that weren't standing up that were going to or would have stood up.
Do you think they would have all?
Yeah.
It's hard to get a whole group of people to do it.
Gee, stop. You had 50 artists singing We Are the World.
True.
That came from different genres.
But
and that was
do you think they'll all
just for
stop?
that.
They all.
I think
so
at
I
some
feel
point,
like if you had you know a good 3, 4, 5 you know hip hop artists and rock artists from our time that stood up and said we're not going to fucking do this, we want our rights back.
Honestly,
People would have listened, man.
I think at some point it was bound to happen just because as a record label,
people say that people got killed off because of that.
But as a record label, your goal is to get the product out to people. You got the computer industry coming up. You have the people who are creating CDs and CD players and shit like that. They're trying to, like Sony, they're trying to improve. They're not trying to keep. They know that the CD is not sustainable. It's not something that's gonna keep going. That's where we came from the tape. We came from the 8-track. Like they're trying to develop their technology.
But without that artist, they're not gonna be able to do any of that though. Because
but then the artist is not gonna be anything either.
Yeah. So true. But then it's just a halt then.
But there's no shortage of
still trying to be.
There's more there, but just like remember the movie Replacements?
Because these people are still famous. You have to think about that. Though.
Yeah.
Like, so they could just go into acting or whatever it is. Maybe.
But that wasn't
definitely not all.
But see, then you can see
but a good percentage though.
The other people from the corporate entertainment fields, they're gonna look at them and be like, oh, well, they're not like trying to work with their management there. Like they're gonna be paying.
I don't think so.
But back then, do you think they're going into acting?
I get that because like they would have that mentality. I get that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking like if actual emotions were involved, that
yeah. I mean,
Hollywood would be more accepting of it.
But like, and I know where you're going with this too. Is like
I guess I'm kind of basing that off of what's happening nowadays. You know.
Well, what he's trying to get at, I think, is that
people are like really seeing the bigger picture.
There's
like,
no shortage. There's no shortage of people trying to get put on. So if you have this group of people who are like, let it go.
It's just a machine, right?
I get that.
With
I get that.
bolts in place, and when one bolt goes bad,
because you have to keep what happened in history as well. So you have to have those catalogs of music present, and you're also adding on
somehow,
to that.
and the labels own a good portion of the rights to these
I suppose you're right though. So I guess it was inevitable, just because of space alone.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
there's no
shortage.
shortage.
You have Sony, who's like, I'm not going to the artist. I'm going to the record label. The record label's trying to make money. And they got you suckered into this contract that they entice you with the $100,000 at signing, and you were like, well, fuck it. Like that's more than what I have right now. You signed it. Signed away your rights along with it.
That's it. You can't. You don't sign your rights away.
Yeah.
Keep your rights.
That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's keep going on these things because there's a lot going on here today. Let's see. Something that won't cause a big segue. So Pharrell, there was a story about him. Apparently, he wrote the song "Frontin'" with Jay-Z for Prince initially. And I'm not sure exactly what happened. I didn't go too deep into the article, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I don't know if Prince didn't like the song or he didn't want to. Whatever.
I wish it'd just be nice to have Prince's input. Like if this had come out before Prince.
Obviously.
That's how things always happen to work.
Yeah. But Pharrell could have released this information.
He could have, yeah. But, whatever. Maybe out of respect for, his estate.
Maybe Prince was like, let's not, what I mean? Whatever it is.
Prince was very private.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. He was.
But, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that's the same kind of Prince sound. It's trending that way. It's influenced by him.
I think I could definitely hear it. I just thought that it wasn't enough for a Prince record.
Well, I think
Prince
instrumentation.
Like it was just real simple.
Prince would have put his print on it, though.
But, yeah, right.
He would have put his print on it. It wouldn't have came out the same way with Pharrell doing it.
Yeah, because he's definitely gonna win.
I'm sure they definitely jammed on it though.
Oh yeah.
I like they would.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool thing that.
Cool story to have as an artist.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Like Questlove and the Roots, that band, like they had countless times of Prince.
Yeah.
No, and the Roots are like. It's crazy that they do.
They're deep as fuck.
It's crazy that they do Jimmy Fallon nightly.
Yeah. That is their full-time job right now, man.
Yeah. It's pretty cool of him to hire them.
It's cool that they accepted it.
Yeah.
Right?
They don't have
There's a lot of working parts there.
People love Jimmy Fallon.
He's a huge Roots fan, so he kind of came to them with it.
That's pretty cool that they. I mean, but the fact that they're like, okay,
you as our house band, like you got to be the band,
And they incorporate them a lot.
Oh yeah.
They do a lot of
all the sketches, all of it. Because Questlove is silly, man.
Yeah.
Questlove is amazing, man.
And he's doing his thing too, man.
Oh yeah, always. Same with Black Thought.
Yeah.
Black Thought is also an amazing mind. So.
Oh, yeah.
They're both cousins.
I didn't realize.
Questlove and Black Thought.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring this back into to Pharrell though, because
yeah, no, Friends my shit.
Friends
my shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what that would have sounded like, you know. But
I don't
it
know
is
the
what
song
it
front
is.
to back.
Yeah.
And if we weren't on camera right now, I'll give you all a whole rendition.
It was a good song.
Okay.
All right.
Even though Jay-Z's verse, which is fucking pretty dope.
So there's a couple of stupid things involving Kanye.
Always.
There always is.
Kanye
number
is
one-
synonymous.
Number one, he says that there is he tweeted this, Throne 2 coming soon. Now,
That's okay.
let me just say this.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Chewbacca over here.
Whoa. That's not going to include Jay-Z.
If it doesn't include Jay-Z,
They can't.
don't make it.
They can't.
If
Because
it
that
does-
is the bad relationship right now. Like, publicly, they're not resolved.
Publicly not.
So I feel like, how could we just buy that album and be like, oh, it's going to be fine?
It's
No.
the same way. Listen, when Jay and Nas were beefing, and I think Jay brought Nas on stage. Is that how it went? And they squashed right there. That was a big moment. So like, I feel like it can happen. You know,
If that
Right.
happens, yes. But
Right.
Jay-Z is not, as of today, Jay-Z ain't on that album.
I don't think so.
probably not. But maybe they're trying to work to mend their relationship. You know.
And again, if they are, and they show that, great. But
Yes,
if I don't
show
see,
that, show
if I
that,
don't see
though.
evidence,
Right.
then I don't see Jay-Z on that
And
album.
what you don't see evidence is Jay is busy as fuck. He's on his run tour.
That's which leads me to believe you don't give a fuck about what Kanye's talking about.
He's got his wife. He's got his twins.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot going on.
Kanye's talking a lot of nothing right now.
Well, yes, that brings me to my next point. He says, so there's an art institute here in Chicago. Kanye says he will be teaching a class at the art institute, and then the art institute was like,
No.
no, he's not.
You're right.
What the
That's not
fuck
what's
are
happening.
you talking
What are
about?
you talking
Kanye was
about?
like, oh, I meant the one in New York.
Wake up,
There's
Mr. West.
an art institute in New York, right?
There's probably no
Wake
art
up,
institute
Mr.
like
West.
ever. Right? Motherfucker can't pull you up this.
Motherfuckers screaming right now. Like, no, you're not doing that.
Oh yeah.
No, I
so,
see you again.
Fucking,
Oh,
a lot of stupidity you get when you're dealing with Kanye.
Yeah, right.
On us,
Unfortunately.
John Legend. Big ups to him. He
EGOT, right?
EGOT award.
That's-
Is that an award?
No, it's the accolade, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Oh, so you got all four.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Shout out to John Legend for that.
Even though I don't give a fuck about award shows anymore, it's really dope when the artist that you like gets an accolade.
Because he's just really honest artist.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
so dope, man.
Since day one.
Him and Chrissy Teigen are dope, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I follow both of them on Instagram. It's fun.
Yeah,
That
for
is-
sure.
Definitely.
They definitely would.
He's a funny guy. You know, he was like an accountant before
I didn't know
before
that.
singing.
I thought he was just like a church, like...
No, well, I mean, I'm assuming he
tiny ass little
did,
guy.
but he worked in
Dude's like this tall.
he worked in accounting before he actually became.
Hey, beat his ass!
John Legend is pretty small.
He's swole as fuck!
Yeah, there's a lot of small guys. It's fucking hilarious when you look. You be like, man, those dudes are like 5'6". Like, dude,
Kevin
that's
Hart.
small.
Yeah.
That's small.
Kevin Hart's small, but he's big.
Yeah, Kevin Hart be in the gym. John Legend don't be in the gym so much.
No, but
Yeah, you don't know. He does like that at home shit.
maybe on that piano working on
You
fucking
never know. I mean, that's all he has to do.
keys.
Yeah.
To be honest, but that man writes amazing music. So.
Yes.
So big shout out to John
Yes.
Legend, man. That's a big.
Great,
So,
great accomplishment, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, also a side shout out to John Legend for making Hairband of the Day with Chrissy Teigen on their Instagram live.
yeah.
So they would like post just like random videos, and she would wear different headbands, and he would sing Headband of the Day, and like just like this random song. It was just, I don't know, it was just dope. Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that's pretty funny.
It was a fun
You
thing.
know, he's got good comedic timing.
Yeah, right.
He was in a. He was the dude in Soul Brothers, the fucking lead singer who died, or Soul Man. Soul Man.
Was he really?
Yeah, remember he was the
that.
third
I
member.
saw it, like,
He was the
once.
lead singer of the band. Man, I love that movie with Sam Jackson and Bernie.
Yeah, right.
Man, that movie's funny to me.
Damn.
But he was the lead singer that died. That they were trying to like go to his funeral or something like
About
that. Man, that movie's great. That movie is great.
Yeah.
Great fucking movie.
Yeah. So.
Rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. Good, yeah.
B Mac.
Good man.
Yeah.
I believe we've
Dude,
said that
for
before,
sure.
but that's probably going to come up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
If we
Regardless,
haven't,
rest in peace,
Rest
Bernie
in peace,
Mac.
Bernie Mac. Right.
Oh yeah.
We'll add that to the opposite shout out to Glenn and just have that in every episode. Like before we start, let's get things started.
Rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. Opposite shout out to them.
And get it going.
Yeah. So, but yeah, more things to go here. Let's
Yeah.
see. Got Tuesday. which was the 11th, I believe. My math is right. Was the 17th anniversary of Jay-Z's Blueprint. It's pretty crazy that 17 years since that came out now.
That did come out September 11th.
Right.
01.
Huh. That was a crazy day.
I completely forgot September 11th.
I remember
this
that
week.
day, man.
Yeah. We have to.
You called me that day.
I called you that day?
Mm-hmm.
Man. I remember we were in class. I don't know what period. First, second period? I don't know what period it was, honestly. But we didn't leave that class for quite some time.
Yeah, man.
We watched it on TV. I watched that whole thing.
So I watched it when I was at home before I went to school.
Me too,
So,
and then I fucking went to school anyway.
Yeah, right.
What the hell time did you go to school?
I don't
So
know,
I
the first tower I hit before I left.
And we were so the thing is like there's 3 TVs in my house. One in my bedroom, or mine, my brother's bedroom rather. One in my parents' bedroom, one in the front room. I was eating breakfast in the front room, and my mom called from the kitchen saying, "Give me your plate. We're gonna leave in a second. Let's go." You know. So I turned the TV off in the front room, and it was focused on the Twin Towers. And I'm walking out of the front room, and then it goes to like the foyer, and then into like the dining like area, or like rather like the hallway into their bedroom. And I'm looking at their bedroom TV, and I see a plane hit, and I'm like, "Oh, Mom, come here really quick." I didn't know what it was, you know. And she's like, "What? What?" And like she like runs over, and I'm like, "No, watch this! Like a plane just hit these towers. I think it's like a new movie." Just like that. I thought it was like a trailer, you know?
I don't mean to break the mood there for a second, but like, the foyer.
Foyer.
I know, but I always just make fun of it calling it the foyer.
Oh, the foyer. Yeah.
The foyer. Yeah.
So yeah, and like she comes and like and the second one hits, and she's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like a new movie." And then we hear the actual people talking, like breaking news, like they were cutting to commercial break. And then the towers hit. Like commercial break was focusing on Twin Towers, and just cut to commercial after that. That didn't happen. Like plane hit, but I thought it was like them going into commercial, and the commercial was a trailer for a new movie.
Oh shit!
So I'm like, oh, like it's like the new shit. And Mom's like, oh, come on, get ready, you know. So and I'm like, no, wait. And like the guy was like, you know, breaking news, breaking, like yelling over the line or yelling over the TV rather, and he's like, you know, World Trade Towers were just hit by these 2 planes, whatever, you know, happened. And so we watched it happen. Like I watched it happen. Like, I actually watched it.
Yeah,
happen,
I was watching that.
So I went to school. Cause my mom was like, "We got to go anyway. You know, like, we got to get you to school." So like, we go to school. We're all watching it, and we're trying to have a normal day because like that was the announcement. Was we know what's going on.
I think they let us go home early that
But
day.
you guys just try and have a normal day in class and just try and forget about it. You know, everything's okay on our end.
Yeah.
You know, it was like first period. Second period, my mom's like, "Fuck that!" Like,
Bro.
He's coming home, so I get home. My brother was working with his friend Ronnie at Barney's at the time, and they were evacuated immediately. My dad was working in the Sears Tower. He was evacuated immediately, so they were all home. And I got home and I started panicking, like, what's going on? Are we gonna die? Like, is this war?
You were in 8th grade that year, right?
Yeah.
I was in 6th grade, and I remember fucking all that shit happening.
Yeah.
And I'm looking out the window on the side, and everybody's fucking parents come to get them. And I'm sitting in class like,
Oh, damn.
Nobody got it.
word, like I'm just gonna be stuck here.
See, it was my junior year of high school, and I don't know if I had my car yet. I got my car a little later, like right a couple months in, but we were in. Okay, so we were in, I believe, 2nd period. I'd have to look back, but probably 2nd period. But it happened. We pulled the TV out. We saw the second hit.
Yeah, man.
We watched that whole thing for a few hours, and then I think they were trying to decide what to do. And then like sometime like 11 or so, I want to remember say, I think they decided that we were all gonna go home, and they let us all just go home at that point. I don't remember calling you though.
You did.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, that shit was nuts.
Because I was home for like an hour, and then my brother asked about you. And maybe not just you, but just like, you know, like all my friends, like what they were doing, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah. And you had called like right after that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was weird.
You predicted that shit.
You predicted that shit. No, that was crazy, man. That's one of those you'll always remember where you were, who you were with, and
yeah.
you know what you were doing.
That whole day, I was with my brother and Angela. but yeah. And we were just like kind of watching MTV and shit. Like the whole day of MTV was just people talking about what happened.
Dude, there was coverage.
Because it was like
coverage for like a week.
You know, so it was like everyone that was there, you know, and
Yeah.
they had like actual first.
It was nonstop for a minute. Like
so,
coverage, right?
Yeah, it was hours worth of coverage.
I mean, but even like through the week, like
most definitely.
like it was just
That
like
was all we talked
because they were talking about like in regards to like if they found people in the rubble and what was going on. Yeah. Yo, it was such a crazy.
We all waited for names and like families to be recognized or who got who back and
no, that shit
who
was
lost
insane,
who
man. That was a crazy thing, man. 100%.
It definitely was, man.
We had neighbors that were from New York that lived above us in Chicago. They had moved back to New York a year before that, and he was my age. He was my best friend. He lived on Kasson.
Huh.
Shit. I'm blanking on his name. Yeah.
Well, regardless.
Yes, for sure.
I think that.
But yeah, they had moved back. We had no idea what happened to them.
They moved back
to New York. Yeah.
That time.
Like a year before that.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So
you don't know.
We always wondered. No, we never heard back from there.
Yeah.
Like we had contact info for them, but I called them and like we didn't hear anything. So we're just like, damn.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Well,
crazy shit, man. That was a crazy time for sure. But
yeah, for sure.
Let's go on to a.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely. It was quite a segue from Jay, but I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah,
because I forgot to put that on. Also, I think that same day, September 11th, was Ludacris's birthday. So shout out to Luda.
Yeah,
Happy birthday on that.
Nas's birthday today.
Yeah, happy birthday, Nas.
Happy birthday, Nas, the GOAT.
Who actually also has finally, for the first time, made Forbes' top paid rappers list.
That's pretty dope too.
He definitely gets that.
He's been making some moves.
Yeah.
You see
smart moves, man.
Yeah.
Smart moves.
And he's always like humble, man. He's just the most humble person.
Quiet, not very out there, so you don't see too much of Nas really.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's always making moves in silence and shit.
And to know
what Wayne say? Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Yo, for real.
Oh man.
To nobody's surprise, Jay-Z actually topped that list. Probably like
70-something million.
Probably like double what Nas made this year.
It was like
it's 2018 so far. So like
right. That's even fucked up that this year ain't even finished. Yo, Jay, give me the point. Whatever is left.
Their tour isn't finished yet either, though, right?
Also, he didn't put out any albums this year besides the one with Beyonce.
Dude, Jay gave me like if it's 78 point. Give me the point whatever. Like you can keep just give me the point of whatever you have.
For real.
If it's 0.1, that's one. Give me that.
It's probably closer to the next.
Give me 0.112. That's all I want.
Yeah, right. Like you
just
can
give me 1.2
straight. With 112.
So yeah, no big surprise there at all. But shout out to y'all, motherfuckers.
Word.
Wealthy, not rich.
Trying to see that there.
It's different. That's
wealthy.
Trying to see that
accumulated wealth.
So then you got Dr. Dre. He announced that Anderson .Paak's new album is done. That should be out soon. Be on the lookout for that.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump into some sports stuff now, and then we're gonna come back to rap.
Okay.
Because there's one last big hot topic, and that's probably gonna that's how we're gonna close out.
Exactly.
So, first thing I have on here, Paul Pierce, which his opinion as far as the analyst goes. Only gonna bring you so far as an opinion, but he thinks that
I feel like they develop as they as they go on. Jalen Rose, for instance, he was terrible.
Yeah,
he's gotten really good.
It's a good mention. Yeah.
But he said he expects Anthony Davis to be traded from the Pelicans this year. The Brow.
Only way I see that happening is if
for whatever reason things aren't.
You're saying he's going to LA?
No, not going to LA necessarily.
Traded,
he's gonna be traded from New Orleans.
So I was like, that's kind of dirty.
Yeah.
No, I think what's happening.
Anthony Davis.
I think what's either if the Pelicans decide they're rebuilding, right? They're just like fucking, we'll cut ties.
Right.
Maybe we can get 2 or 3 pieces for Anthony Davis. I can see maybe that being the case. But otherwise, why would you trade such a fucking impactful? He's a fucking 30-something point a night player.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's fucking insane.
But
from like the past 5-6 seasons.
There's no more DeMarcus Cousins there now too. So maybe they're like at this point, let's just try to see what we can maneuver.
What's the market offering?
Yeah.
You know.
Because they're unloading big contracts with those two guys. So they're cleaning up a lot of cap space.
Who the hell is going to go to a team that couldn't even fucking find a way to build around Anthony Davis?
It's true. Who knows? I mean,
well, I feel like that's obvious that they're playing a long game then. Like, they're going to wait till draft season.
Like the Bulls' long
games, right?
At least
the Bulls fucking 7-year long, you know?
We're going to go a little younger and faster, but we're first going to start slower and older.
Right.
And like Benjamin Button once did, we're going to become younger and faster later on. Somewhere like 9 or 10 years from right now when I get fired. For not getting younger and faster.
But they're never gonna.
Because unlike Benjamin Button, my career gets older and I get shitty.
They're never gonna.
Fuck John Paxson. Fuck Garpax.
I agree.
Garpax is like a character's father on Doug.
Damn. Shit.
He looks like Doug's father.
He looks like Doug's father.
You said Garpax looks like that?
No, Gar.
You said that's two people.
No, Gar Foreman. Sorry, Gar Foreman.
Yeah.
He looks like he could be Doug's father
All
if you created him in a cartoon, like an actual
I'm gonna
cartoon.
say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I told her that the other day. I said, without any facial hair, you look like Dilbert.
Also, John Paxson could be one of the same that you're saying too, though.
John Paxson, yeah, he's got a big fucking head.
Fuck.
He's just like John Travolta. Once they got older, their head just grew the fuck up.
And maybe we'll look out and we'll land Anthony Davis.
Yo, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis is gonna go to Minnesota.
Probably. Speaking of, Luol Deng is going there fucking Minnesota.
He would not come to Chicago.
Luol Deng did go to Minnesota.
Luol Deng signed in Minnesota for a year.
Yo, okay, so listen, I have a thing.
2011.
Those players, right? Listen, those players, if there's one coach that can get a really good season out of all of those players, right? It's Thibs. Also, if it's a team that will support Derek in everything he is, and they know he is capable of, it is those guys.
You even got your sixth man, Taj Gibson.
Exactly. You really do.
All you need is Joakim Noah now. But Taj is even starting material.
Because they don't have anyone else besides those players.
No, they got Karl Anthony Towns, they got Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins, yes.
No, Towns. Wiggins is he don't work. He's lazy. Towns at least has the potential to create. I think, and like in terms of being better, I think Wiggins is lazy. His work ethic isn't there, so it's hard for him to be developed.
It isn't there anymore. Yeah, you're right.
He needs to learn that. Dude, but I think if those two players, like Wiggins come off the bench, Towns maybe starts in place of Gibson, right? I think they're going to pick up Noah.
They might as well.
I think Noah
should. I don't think they will.
I don't know, man.
For a veteran minimum? Listen, he don't give a fuck. Noah's getting paid like $30 million more from fucking New York.
I mean, unless those players get in their ear and say we gotta get him.
What do you think's
happening already? I think Tibbs has already sent the text like, I'm coming for you.
What you gotta recognize is Joakim Noah.
That's why Joakim Noah's like in like fucking Brazil.
Do you see how this motherfucker? No, he's right now. He's like, he was in Jamaica with a blonde beard for like a month.
Yes,
but I think he's in Hawaii or some shit or LA. Dude, motherfucker's in shape right now.
I'm sure he is.
Dude,
motherfucker is in shape.
He was Tibbs' Defensive Player of the Year, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that's got a whole soccer.
I don't want to say that I'm gonna root for the Timberwolves, but I'm probably gonna root for the Timberwolves.
Listen. You'll never hear me say this, so I'm not gonna say it on recording. So
I don't know what you just did. What'd you say?
What?
Huh? Anyway, no. I would just love. I want those guys to succeed.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like. I love the Bulls. I'm a Bulls fan, but I love that group of guys.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So I would love to see them succeed, and the fact that they're together again, it's just one more shot.
Yeah. Like, what if Pippen, Steve Kerr, Rodman, and Luke Longley went to the Timberwolves back then? You'd be like, I kind of want to watch Timberwolves now.
Probably,
yeah.
but
I mean, obviously Mike is gone.
We were more.
Mike is gone, but yeah.
Let's not even get to that subject before I cry.
Had to have it at some point, man.
Why, Mike?
It's been 20 years since the last time he was a Bull, man.
What's next?
Yeah.
Got me all sad and shit.
Well, we got his shoes.
I don't really care too much about LeBron. Like, you know how I feel about LeBron at this point. But he is supposedly going to be producing a comedy on NBC that is based around Ben Simmons. So I was like, that could be funny, I guess. I'm not really sure
But why?
how I feel about LeBron's sense of humor.
I don't get
I don't think
why
he has
Ben
one.
Simmons.
Also, I don't get why you would focus on Ben Simmons.
Yeah, that's like why Ben. Why not like Dwayne Wade?
Why Ben?
So I feel like that'd be a better duo to do.
Yeah,
Because
because
Dwayne Wade could probably
he
have-
knows
But
it
you know what?
better.
They've been training together a lot, so he probably like there's some.
Maybe he's a funny guy.
But like you're gonna make a whole fucking show out of a jab.
And the fact
Like,
that no,
he
and the
has the money
fact
to do
that
it.
and
Yeah, fuck that.
Why-
Why the money to do it? I mean,
I would
it's
make all
fucking
kinds
good.
of shows if I had money to do it.
why is
That
NBC
would buy this
accepting
set.
this?
Exactly.
What the fuck are they doing that
Because
they're
they ain't
allowing?
got shit else.
Shit.
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Nobody.
Oh,
Who's trying to get
LeBron
on
James
NBC?
has money. They're gonna like he's gonna throw at us. Oh yeah, we'll sign him.
Who's trying to get a contract with
for a
NBC?
season? If he does well, we'll give him 2.
Yo, that's actually what Luol signed for, like the veteran minimum. Just to kind of go back, just in terms of like the one more shot type of thing. Luol signed for a veteran minimum. I think he was bought out by the Lakers for like 5, 6, 7 million, something along that line. So he's got that, and the what? So he's gonna make like 9, 10 million this year. So he's cool. That's why I'm saying, like, in terms of money, like they don't work. I think they're there for that.
I think so.
They're for business.
I think so.
Because, like I said, Joe Kim's still getting mad money from New York forever, right? New York's got to be mad as fuck. They're paying Joe Kim, and
Almost
he barely
like-
played.
Wait,
He
why
played
did
like
you go back
5
to
games, huh?
So why did you go back to this again?
Because we were talking
Talking about it.
No, we jumped to LeBron.
Yeah, but we were talking about like the money, like you were saying, like I forgot you jumped into some sort of money thing, and it just reminded me I wanted to bring that up
Oh.
because we were talking about I wanted to bring up the fact that
Then
we
we
all
see
signed up for
LeBron.
like veteran minimum,
Right, yeah.
like Derek did, and I feel like Joe Kim would as well.
If he wrote it.
Yeah, I feel like they'll all sign for that. That's why they'll sign those guys because they're cheap, but they're gonna fucking work. My bad.
They should.
I feel like they're gonna work hard, man.
Yeah.
Tibbs
That is your next shot.
Tibbs is
Right
gonna
there.
get all the juice out of them that he
Yeah,
can
right.
for this year, and then they're all gonna be done.
Derrick Rose about to play crazy minutes.
Derek should start. Derek should start.
Yeah, I mean, he should
No,
keep it to
Derek-
like.
Oh, eventually.
He
No,
should keep it to
like,
like 24
start
or
of the
26
season.
minutes.
Derek should start those games.
So he averaged, I'd say, between, like 14, 17 points?
If they give him, well, he has.
no, I thought it was like
the,
16
the
to 18.
playoffs.
Was
The
it
playoffs
that?
are big.
But like it could be that, but his efficiency is high.
The playoffs.
His-
was when his efficiency was high. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
like averaging like 17 something.
Well,
points,
so I
like,
meant more
30
so like the
points.
past 2 seasons without him being injured.
Yeah, but he's been okay though.
He
Like
has been.
he's been serviceable, and then
Right.
and towards the end of last season was actually dominant.
You're right.
Yeah,
You know,
he was a big impact for Minnesota at the end.
so
So
I think
don't know,
he
maybe, yeah. Maybe they fight for the 8th, 7th slot playoffs.
This, everybody has injuries, right? But a lot of people come back.
They could do that. Minnesota.
Shawn Livingston's a champion.
Don't you
You're
love?
right, he fucking
Sure.
damn near ripped his whole leg off.
Don't you love how the Bulls traded Derek because of his knee issues, and then signed somebody who was on an ACL injury in.
Yeah, the Bulls don't make no fucking sense.
in,
They don't sense.
What the hell's dude's name now? I can't remember.
Levine?
Yeah, Levine, and then
He got
decided to sign Jabari Parker,
Who also
Yeah,
had
who also had an knee injury.
He's from
I'm like,
Chicago, which makes no difference to me. But,
no, because Derek is also from Chicago, so what the fuck? Anyway,
but I do like that Jabari came home. That's pretty cool.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Shout
for
out to
sure.
Jabari. I like
Jabari
Jabari.
Parker, but obviously shout out to the Chicago.
You can go to any other team and you came back home. You know what I'm saying? That's
No, word.
Yeah,
That's your dream, you know. That would be the
Exactly.
dream.
You played in Jordan's home, man.
yeah. I'm still not happy with them as an organization right now.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Haven't been for a while.
But you gotta appreciate that significance of that situation, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
fucking
I mean,
cool.
we had
You gotta be able to separate it.
If that was you in that situation, you'd be like, oh my god, you know.
You gotta be able to
Yeah, that is
compartmentalize so you can then like, okay, I can enjoy the fact that he's here, he's from home, or he's from the crib, he's back at the crib.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's pretty dope.
That's
If
great.
he gives us a season or two, even better.
That's great.
Shit, if he
But
gives
you-
us
A
5 or
full,
6,
you know,
if he gives us a good 5 or 6 for the rest of
without
his
getting
career,
injured.
yeah.
That's great, guys.
Yeah.
But they booted my hometown fucking hero out to bring this guy in who has the same problems.
Agreed. But
Derek.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's
So I'm sorry.
but
I don't care.
you can still say that
No.
you are happy that he's here because he's a.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you
fucking
get a
hometown
season here, but you can go somewhere else afterwards.
Okay.
Same way if I was about Dwayne Wade. Oh, great.
Oh,
finally
no,
got
no,
Dwayne
that's
Wade
not
to
how
sign
it
up.
comes by Dwayne Wade.
That's
Man.
exactly
Dwayne
how
Wade
it
was
comes
a
by
Dwayne Wade used this as leverage.
Exactly.
Yeah. Listen,
Exactly.
Jabari
He was-
actually came home. He
he's
didn't
been
use
using
this as
us as leverage for the last like fucking 7 seasons. oh yeah, I might sign with the Bulls. And then you get a bigger
that's
contract.
why-
I'm not. And then finally, when he's old and everyone's
That
paying,
whole-
then he
that
comes
whole-
here.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That whole
It's
Miami
crazy that
Heat
was-
wave was supposed to be Bulls.
And your wife is hot.
It's crazy that
That
it was
whole
here.
Miami Heat wave was supposed to be
She is
shot at
hot.
Bulls.
Gabrielle Union is hot.
Yeah.
For real though.
Did you see
So
the
shout out
pictures-
to Jimmy
Did
Butler.
you see the pictures that Jimmy Butler posted? Yo, I don't blame him.
No.
That she looks hot.
Well, damn.
Well, damn, exactly. He's like, you ever say, well, damn, in all caps again on my warm up. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Dwayne Wade.
You're not tough.
Good lord. Alright, well, you know what? Fuck all that. So, that's actually the last basketball topic I have.
Alright.
And, which is good because I think we're approaching right around like an hour and 10 minutes now. So this is a good time to
Probably a
get
little
to the.
Anyway,
No, I think we're about there.
probably a
Right?
little bit longer than I said, but anyway.
No, that's a,
No, we started. Yeah, no, we're about that, right?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. About an hour and 10-ish, roughly. We need an engineer. You know?
Yeah.
So if you want an engineer for free,
Who's looking
track of that
to be a part of the movement, but for the free?
yeah, because I'm not trying
For
to.
now.
Yeah, well, you know, we're for the free right now.
This
So.
is true. That Spotify wants to.
If
give
you
us
got
a Joe Budden
passion and
bag.
you want to learn and you want to help us improve, all for it.
And you want to help us learn?
Word.
You too. Maybe give us one of those podcast bags that Joe Budden got. Spotify.
This is true.
You know, just so we'd use that as a segue, and we'll talk about Joe, Eminem, and their whole beef, and then you know the whole MGK thing, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
I say we bundle that all completely
Yeah,
together
that's
because
what
it
I'm
has a.
So for those of you who aren't on board with everything right now, Eminem put out a new album, Kamikaze. I'm sure we talked about this a little bit last week,
Yep.
but he dissed Joe Budden and MGK. In the past, Joe Budden has criticized Eminem's albums. I think Revival is what it started with, right?
It was.
And then MGK.
But but to be fair, everybody was openly
well, for sure, I just
criticizing
want to
that.
give an idea of what
Okay,
kind of started.
because I couldn't get through like 3 songs and I was done.
Yeah. So and then MGK, like 6 years ago or something like that, was talking shit, and then he also, and as you know, this is not a no-no with Eminem, talked about Haley. So Eminem,
I mean, yeah, you don't talk about the person's daughter.
no. So it took him some time, but he
She
got
is a
back.
grown woman now, though.
She is. She's hot now, actually.
How old is she? 18?
No,
I think she's like 20.
he's 45.
Still.
He's 45 and she was
No,
born.
she.
No, he is 45. So she was born like he was like 21, 22, I think.
And she's in her
So
20s.
how old is she?
21,
So
22 years old.
So
She's a grown woman.
Yeah, grown enough.
Machine Gun Kelly's like 25, 26. It's not like he's talking about a 18-year-old and he's 35.
that's weird.
Why?
I mean, like
He wasn't like
I
calling her
get,
out
I'm
like
not
that.
his
I
cousin.
get why that's fine. I'm just saying, in my head, it's like, damn, like it's just weird that they're 5 years apart.
Yeah,
Like,
but he wasn't
like
like calling her out like that. She's hot.
Machine Gun Kelly looked up to M, and it's like at the same time I was raising this girl who's only 4 or 5 years.
Think about it. There's probably like
It's just funny, there's a connection there. Yeah.
No, I get it.
you
I
might
get
be dead
it.
and you're
I don't find
that
anything.
you looked up.
That's
to
all I
look
was
up.
saying.
I mean, she's
And
hot. I don't know what he
got a hot
said.
daughter.
What did he say? What did Machine Gun Kelly say? Do you know? Or
Not
do you know
specifically.
anything?
I watched it and I forgot. It wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not memorable.
lines or anything like that. But no, nothing
It is
important.
not.
So he came back. Machine Gun Kelly did with a diss track against Eminem, talking about his beard being weird and whatnot.
It is weird, man.
So it is weird.
It's a weird
It is
beard.
weird. I noticed that when I was watching the Sway interview. I'm like, this is a very interesting beard on this man's face.
Yep. Because the whole thing's in Photoshop. You're
I
like,
told
Yeah,
Vivi, I was like,
something.
he used to be like a naked face
And blonde as fuck.
and blonde.
right, bleach hair.
Now he's not blonde
He's not bleached.
and
And
he's got a
fucking-
beard.
He's a full beard.
And
It's a weird beard.
Instead of ear
It's a weird
piercings and
beard.
shit.
It's a weird beard. It's
It's a
like
weird beard.
it's not full, right? It's kind of patchy, so it's like
Yeah, it's chopped up.
I mean, you know, you grow a beard, you can grow, but I'm just saying, at the same time,
No.
it's a weird looking beard.
You don't go to beard you can
It's
grow.
weird.
If you're having trouble with it, it's very patchy.
Just don't do it.
Just shave it and then give it like a
Don't
year
grow
and
weird
maybe it'll
beards.
start to- Yeah, no. No.
Weird beards equate to like you look like you're dirty or you're a Nah, mustaches are more pedophilia.
I feel like, yeah. I don't know.
Well, see, our boy opposite shout out to Glenn, for instance, right? That's his name now.
That's the title.
Our boy opposite shout out to Glenn.
Right? Why do we always bring Glenn up
Because, let me
at
tell you
the
why.
mention of pedophiles And like,
always. Why
You
we
were
talking about that?
I was talking about it. You said, well, mentioning that, how about Glenn? I was like, well, I guess.
No,
I don't know
listen,
what Glenn's done.
What I was getting at was when we were at the mall, we stopped at this like little convenience store they have in there. He went to buy some cigarettes.
You didn't tell us about that. You said you only went to 3 stores and H&M
well,
left.
I mean,
Yeah.
he wanted to get cigarettes, so we went into that little Indian store.
In the mall?
That's what it is in the mall.
There's an Indian store in the mall that sells cigarettes? What the fuck?
Yeah,
totally.
That's
So-
weird as fuck.
So this
Yes.
guy goes in there.
It's like a bodega in the middle of the grocery store.
Yeah,
He asks Ben for his ID, right? So he gives it to him, and then the guy's like, probably somewhere in our age group, right? And he's like looking at it, he's like, is this you? And I don't know why. And I was like, it's really weird that he would ask you that because, you know, your face hasn't changed since like
At
8th
all.
grade.
At all.
and then we started
Same
talking.
person.
We started talking to that guy about beards because he had a really full beard, and I was like, I'm sure you get carded a lot because you're short and you have no facial hair. You know, like you just look like a child forever
Glenn does
until you look old because that's how Asians work.
But Glenn, when
They
he
don't
grows
get
face,
old and then they get really old.
Dude, really old.
Yeah.
yeah. But when Glenn grows facial hair, it's mad fucking hilarious. It's like whiskers, like
He literally, yeah. He's got like 8 chin hairs.
Yeah.
And then just like 12 on each side of his face.
Man. Yeah, I feel like Irwin's the same way too, though.
Dude, he can't at all.
Irwin can't talk shit about Glenn at all.
No.
Yeah, Erwin don't have.
Irwin can grow slightly more of a beard.
I don't know many Asians that have a lot of facial hair.
But
though.
he's also what, like 5 years older than Glenn.
Right.
So maybe
I don't know a lot of, or at least Filipinos that we know
Yeah.
don't have a lot of facial hair, and I can probably run through and we know a lot of like that we
James
grew
never
up.
had facial hair.
Yeah, we grew up with a lot of
I feel
Filipino
like Rich
kids,
had
and-
more facial hair than James did.
Yeah. And see, I don't know about you guys, but like when I started getting a little bit fatter and not really paying attention to my weight, I grow a beard to hide that shit.
Well,
It
Not
does
that
hide-
this is what this is.
It does hide fat.
Yeah,
It
Not
does
that
hide
this is
fat.
what this is. You know?
you know,
Just growing it out for the winter time.
it may or may not.
Not that this is
Oh,
what that
and
is.
that reminds me, that's the other thing I wanted to say about last week. I'm sorry, my hair was fucked up.
Yeah, it
I
was.
looked fucked
What
up.
was
I
the
looked
thought,
terrible.
though?
Yo,
Why didn't you guys tell me? I should
Well,
have
so my
known.
thing is like, my hair always looks fucked up, and it's like yours is kind of bad.
I just
I
figured
didn't
you
do
were
shit.
okay with it.
No, I didn't even look.
That was kind of my approach with that. I thought you were just like, that was
Vivi
your
asked. We watched this like, or no. Why she asked is because the thumbnail that you put, the still.
Yeah.
I posted it. She's like, why'd you post that picture? I was like, it's the fucking one Adam decided to post.
Yep.
This is the one. She's like, his hair's all fucked up. I was like, I don't know. We thought it was cool with it.
Dude, you guys didn't tell me shit about how fucked up my hair
I
was.
didn't pay
This
attention.
man
I
is
went
trying to be me now and shit.
I went into the editing room, the dining room, and I started looking at it. I'm like,
bathroom.
what the
Yeah, right.
fuck happened to my head?
Yo, that shit looks
I was this
Your
close to
haircut
just deleting
game.
the whole podcast. You almost didn't get an episode.
Your
of that.
haircut game was fucked up.
I'm gonna see that.
Shout
She gonna shit on you.
Opposite shout out to Majid.
No. Yeah, I was a shout out to Majid because his punk ass.
That's right.
The reason why I didn't have a haircut and the reason why I still don't have a haircut, he went to Kentucky last weekend.
He did.
I'm like, you fucking.
When are you gonna get a cut?
I talked to him already. I have a spot
No.
reserved for tomorrow at noon.
Gee. I saw him yesterday when I was getting my shit cut up for Jonathan. And he's like, where's Adam? Majid. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, should have come by this week. He never came by. I was like, I thought you were in Kentucky. I didn't know you were in town anymore. Like,
Yeah,
he's
right.
like,
What the fuck?
He's like, no, I've been here. I'm waiting.
You're waiting.
I was like,
You're
oh.
just sitting here waiting.
I was like, oh, okay.
I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker.
So, yeah.
Oh,
But
man,
like,
I gotta stop and see. I gotta stop in to see Majid, man.
I'm gonna kick him in his fucking ass tomorrow.
I have not seen Majid in a long time. I gotta see him.
I'm gonna fuck his old Iraqi ass up.
He looking old now.
So,
Not even.
He's
He's
the
still
same
the
way?
same.
Same Majid.
Same
Literally,
way.
he's
Maybe like,
He's
maybe like a little bit chunky.
He got the strong belly, that big like.
Strong belly. But so I got him biking though.
Oh.
Like he bikes. With a helmet and everything. My man did 20 miles in one day, he said.
I think he's a bit excessive.
Did it.
Like, damn, Majid. Like, did you drink water? No.
Just straight
He's like,
there.
actually, I was fasting.
Right.
Anyway, I'm gonna fuck you up, Majid. And Leon, if
He
you
might
watch
not.
this, because Majid probably won't, you let him know. You motherfucker. 3 weeks.
What if Majid just sitting here watching the podcast in his crib? Like, what?
Straight.
What, Adam?
It's funny because I told him like, yo, I'm trying to get a haircut on Saturday. Like, I'll see you by 12 or whatever. Is that cool? And he was like, Okay, Betty. You spelled it B-A-D-D-Y. It's supposed to be buddy.
But thanks,
I was like,
but I don't know if I like that.
I was like, I'm not gonna spell legit.
Anyway, we gotta get back to what we were talking about.
Yeah. So, after M put out the album, MGK put out his rebuttal. Joe Budden.
Because on the album, Eminem basically threw shots at a lot of fucking people. Like
there's a lot of
like the gun in Contra, the one that spreads, that you know, where it's like 12 or 13.
No, right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Am I just going too far back?
No, I get you.
Right? You remember Contra, right?
Yeah, that was my favorite movie.
But that's pretty much what he did. He just and then just it hit who it hit.
That's true.
Bloggers, vloggers,
Right.
rappers.
Yeah. So there's a lot of moving parts to this. Basically, you know, Joe Budden gave his voice about the whole Slaughterhouse, Eminem, Slim Shady situation. And then, you know, Crooked Eye put his 2 cents in. Royce has been fairly quiet. Joel
just seems to be enjoying life.
Joel's not even at all contributing to any of
No,
this.
he doesn't entertain it at all.
Not
and then,
at all.
so now,
I feel like he's just like, just say my name and I'm just gonna give bars. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking line you out.
yeah, pretty much. And so M did his first interview that I've seen in a long time
Maybe.
with Sway, 3-part interview. And he
Did the
kind of
three.
does-
He did the third already.
He did the third. I only watched the first 2.
Oh, you know what? You know what's intriguing me about the third? At the end of the second one, when he was like, "You will get somebody's gonna come at your head, or you will get hit, or something like that." Right at the end, and then they cut it off. And then right before he did that, M was like, "I'm like, who the fuck you talking about?" Like, I hope he gives due to some of the people that M is downplaying, because Joe Budden will give him bars.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
Like, I agree with Joe Budden
And
that.
then Royce is even saying he didn't talk some shit to Jay Electronica. Because Jay Electronica was talking shit about, you know, the whole Diddy thing and how they blame Diddy for killing Pac and all that.
That's a whole nother topic.
It is,
You
but
know?
Royce was like, say some shit about me, Jay Electronica, like...
But Jay
Well,
Electronica is another one of those people. You never released the album. What the fuck are we anticipating?
And everyone in the comments, like 13,000 comments all about, well, where's the fucking album? It's like, why does the album matter though? It's
Because
like,
we had never gotten a Listen, you can give me a hot verse or a hot song
he gave us
every
3
once.
EPs, right? Which
I don't know. Did he?
were 5 or 6 songs
Okay.
together.
When were they?
Together.
How
So
long-
it was like 2 or 3
You're
songs
right.
each.
You're right.
Oh hell no.
All together, those were that.
That's
was
one
it?
EP.
And how long ago was this?
10 years ago.
And what have he done since?
Maybe.
I'm of the mind state that if you ain't done shit,
Maybe a couple features.
we've had the conversation about Lauryn Hill.
I agree. I'm just stating facts, but I know.
It's just like, listen, this is a hype built around somebody that's never gonna fulfill the hype because he's never interested in putting out
I feel
albums.
like if anything, right now, that would be the most interesting rap battle though. Is Royce versus Jay Electronica.
Royce.
I'd like to see
Even
Em,
if it
I'd
is
like
one
to see
round.
Em and Joe.
Yeah, I want to see
Well,
that.
yeah, Joe's in the murder.
Yeah.
And also it's not gonna happen.
It's not.
It's not.
I feel like Joe wouldn't do it.
I think it would.
No,
I think
he already placed out the
He did. I
circumstances
watched
in
it.
which,
I
right?
watched it, yeah.
So I think he will. I don't think M addresses it after
It's
the
funny
rollout.
because-
After this is all done, this is all great publicity for the album. This is
So how about this then? So then he gave M gave this response to Machine Gun Kelly.
He actually, there's
So-
a lot of shots at Joe on that.
There,
song too.
but I feel like there might be this part 2 for Joe. But if not, do you think there should be? Should this only be a response to MGK and leave it there? Or should it be like, I'm going to give this to him, and also,
So
'cause
Eminem-
all this shit is happening with Joe talking shit, I'm going to give him one too.
Eminem said it that he's like, if I respond to MGK, then what do I do? Now I gotta respond to everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well look,
So I feel
you
like...
threw shots,
I feel
right?
like-
You bust first.
Right, exactly.
Well,
Now
not
when you get
necessarily.
shots back,
Not
don't get
necessarily.
mad if you have to go send them
I
back.
He's
feel
not
like-
necessarily busting first. What he's doing is he waited for fucking years upon years to respond to people who took shots at him early on. Like the MGK thing, he had like
Was a
a
while.
song he was talking
Look,
about.
man, I don't want to
It was
hear
like-
old beef be addressed
I hear you.
without it
True.
being.
I hear you.
Right, I don't
but-
want to hear
True.
Drake in 6 years say, "Hey, Pusha,
No.
blah blah." Fucking shut up. That's
But
just
that's
dumb.
always been the culture, though. There's always been like people who you
Maybe
never
not
really,
always.
No,
Not always.
no,
Not always.
not-
Not always.
not like directed. There's been subliminal shots at like
I
from
love
rappers
beef.
that like I never really,
True.
you know.
I love lyrical rap
True.
beef. Don't get me wrong. This could be dope, but Eminem can't even find his image of as a rapper right now. And he can claim all he wants that he has, and the reason that this album came out is because Revival sucked, and because the reason Recovery came out is because Relapse sucked, which I disagree. I thought Relapse was pretty fun. I haven't revisited it yet. I think it was fun. I don't know it was great. I just got to revisit it again. But regardless, I don't think he has an image as a rapper in today's day and age. Like, I don't think he knows what his style is, or where it fits, or what he is right now in 2018. So I don't think for Eminem right now, I think you've opened this Pandora's box. So whoever comes at you now, you got to deal with that. Do you want to duck it? You want to send him back?
He's got the talent to take care of it bars wise. He can do it. It's just like this track that he put out today.
Wait,
I didn't hate it.
Does he?
I think he does. At least it depends on.
If
like,
he did,
if he goes to Joe, it's different than going to Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly, he can do it. Joe's gonna tear him apart. That's how I feel about it. Like there's certain levels that he'll be able to handle.
Right.
I don't think it's.
But
he's never.
Okay, so who's got a better a better diss record, MGK or Eminem?
See, that's a good.
I think Eminem right now.
You have to ask that question. Though.
Who's got a better?
I
Because I feel like people are hyping up. People are hyping up a lot of Marshall's shit.
Oh, okay.
But they're also
like,
hyping up MGK.
I was gonna say reverse.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying
people are shouting out Rap Devil and all.
Oh, they are, but also the Eminem stands are all like hyping, saying one, Kamikaze is fucking great, right? No. Which it's not. And two, when I'm seeing a lot of people talking about this diss record being fucking phenomenal, and it's not.
I don't think it's phenomenal.
It's
I
pretty
think it's
decent. It wasn't.
Man,
It wasn't a kill shot.
I feel like for the title,
it wasn't a kill shot.
Exactly.
He wounded him.
Yeah, but I still think it's better than what MGK put out.
By how much though?
Right.
No,
because it shouldn't be even a fucking discussion.
My point. It should just be he murdered him. And that's it.
Shouldn't be a discussion.
Kill shot.
But M should have went in on his way to go eat
it's
lunch.
It's over, right?
Yo.
Right.
How is that not going to be the case? Look, Takeover, either, right? You had people on both sides of the fence. Nobody said that was like a legitimate. This person.
But we're not talking about. We're not talking about Jay and Nas. We're talking about MGK.
We're not. But I'm saying.
Looking back on that shit though, Ether.
A lot of people don't like.
People still talk about that.
Ether. He ethered him. That's it.
Right. Like he ignited him. No. And my whole thing was that it was all about Jay at that point.
Yeah, but no, Ether. I like Takeover.
And this is what I've understood about this beef, that Jay-Z fans will say no, and Nas fans will also say no. Yeah. So you'll always be on the other side of the fence that you want to be on.
For sure. I mean, I agree.
I jumped the fence.
But that's what I'm saying.
There's a little simplicity into the fact that like he put one verse for Nas and then everything else was just he did what he had to say what he had to say and he moved on.
Yeah, but Nas went at the whole camp.
Yeah, but listen,
he said the whole he said the whole camp's name.
That is so true.
But the whole verse that Jay put out was literally just talking about shit that was real facts, shit that he did that basically fucking screwed Nas out of money.
It was a great verse.
That was
it
so
was
exciting.
a great look. Takeover
was so exciting.
Takeover was great. Takeover was great.
All I'm saying is,
but Ether
no
was
God in the skies, me. Game over.
No, listen.
What the fuck? I was like, yo.
Ether was aptly named. Let's just put it that way.
Takeover was that shit at that time, though.
Dude, telling you.
Come on.
That sample alone killed that shit.
But to get back to the Eminem.
But that's what I'm saying, right? So
Eminem, there should be a very large discrepancy in amount of talent.
How can you say that? Why does the level change that?
Because we have Eminem in such a high regard, you have to say that. But if Eminem's not the great MC that everybody says he is, then okay. But Eminem can't. It can't be well.
But part of the argument too here,
I don't know. No,
it
can't be that.
Exactly. Part of the argument too here is that Eminem has not been able to rap for the last 10 years, right?
But so that has to come.
But people don't admit that. People aren't admitting that.
They're not.
He came back with Kamikaze, and people are like, "Oh shit, the rap god is back." No, that's not true. You got to be objective about this because you can't just say yes. You can't be yes man. About it. I'm saying like in general, not to you, but in general.
I'm just saying to me, I
grander scheme.
Yeah, for sure. I think though that to me that diss track that M put out, it was more intricacy, more bars than what MGK put out. He was literally just like, I don't know. To me,
you can't really measure it on that though, like the actual measure of bar to bar.
You can't.
Like,
That's how hip hop has always been compared.
No, if you're not saying shit, then you ain't gotta compare that then. It's just obsolete. Just empty bars.
But that's not what it was.
Yeah, I mean, parts were. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been having
Which
a
is
conversation.
like Sam's point, though. It's like there just shouldn't be anything open there. It's just being fired.
Yeah, it really. So my part. So two things.
Kill
One,
shot.
I got.
I was like, oh shit,
No,
it's
kill
about to go
shot.
down.
I didn't expect. I didn't
It's about to
expect much.
happen.
I didn't go in expecting.
I did
Personally.
a little bit though. I did.
It didn't start off
Name
great
alone.
either.
It did not.
But
Cade's killing me.
the
at
flow
first.
he
that
flew-
first minute.
the flow he molded into.
Exactly.
That is what should have been on Kamikaze. It
True.
wasn't, right?
True.
It wasn't that.
True.
He was trying to like get so much out on Kamikaze that it just started to be like like mouth diarrhea, like a lot of shit that it was just rhyming, but it was like, what are you rhyming?
Maybe
with?
that'll also attest. Maybe we'll like go back to it and hear or feel something different. But you know,
Yeah.
it's also speculation too.
And
Maybe he
that
just-
leads me to my second point of hearing.
Yeah, so you have to listen to all of what he's saying.
Yeah.
No, for me,
And I did.
what I'm saying is, for me,
I just heard fast rhyming, and I was like,
it was really not appealing to the ear. But I've been having a conversation with Max recently about it, and it's like, in terms of like listening to M, it's hard to listen to him now, right? Because you hear him struggling. I think in the verses sometimes. I don't feel like he's. There used to be a time, man, like.
yeah, it was just honorable.
Yeah, and I get it. I'm judging harshly, maybe. Like, I guess maybe I'm expecting too much.
Maybe that's just the artist that he brought on, and he doesn't pick it up. You
I
know,
mean,
keep it up.
there's a lot of credence to what Joe Budden was saying, where like, you know.
And like, I don't know, man. You can't really fault the artist for that, though, man. Maybe that was just like he put all that into it, and like.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe we're
know?
just being maybe too.
I don't
what's
know.
the
And
word?
I'm trying to look at it like that too, but
Too critical.
too biased.
Yeah, you know, we're
Because
being
look,
selfish. Like, we were like, yo, why
So that too.
are you not putting out what we
But
fucking heard
You're
you
so
put out
right.
originally?
You're right about
Joe
that.
Budden was talking about, right? Like Jay started in '96, came in, was hot when he started, only gotten better. Albums they put it out now, progression, wordplay, everything, and this guy's almost 50 years old, right?
True.
But then you got Eminem, who like his
When you-
quality deteriorates.
and that's like, if you're gonna put Eminem on a plateau, I mean not a plateau, on a is that what the word
Pedestal.
is?
Yeah,
Pedestal,
no, but
right?
You're right, though.
Pedestal.
Sure.
He's plateaued. But no, if you put him on a pedestal
I
like
got
you do Jay
I got you.
and the greats, right? Then you have to compare them the same, right? So on a bar chart, right? Not even bar chart, the linear, whatever, the line chart. You got both of their trajectories, right? Jay started this way, M started this way. Jay kept going. M stayed the second album, and then like you started to see M kind of level out, and Jay kept going,
I agree.
and then M progressively got worse and worse. So if you're gonna compare them, right, you gotta think about it objectively, right? So if you compare the two, that means you're saying that they are alike, right? If there's something to compare,
Which they're not.
if there's something to compare, then they're
totally
alike in some way.
rappers.
So if they are different, I agree.
Two
But if you compare those two, then you're saying that they belong in the same
Right.
category.
Right.
So if they do, then how is it harsh to judge Eminem on having a lesser body of work throughout his career as Jay-Z has? Because Eminem came around what, 97? 96?
Yeah, I
Like,
think 90.
Right. So their
Yeah.
careers are about the same
98, I think,
age.
so the trade
Yeah.
came out.
Their careers are about the
So
same
like
age.
he came out in '96, like it's Infinite, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. So they've been on the scene forever, and Eminem battle rapped for forever too.
Oh, most
So their
So,
careers.
How about that? Then?
their
Maybe
careers-
The fact that Eminem just rhymed a lot more than Jay ever did. He just kind of like said everything he had to say, almost literally.
I don't know, man.
What do you
I mean,
think about
'cause
that?
we don't know how much Jay. I mean, yes, M battle, but we don't know how much Jay freestyled.
But
in-
not
in-
only battle, but like we're hearing the Wax right now till this day in this album right now. He's just still spitting all those, you know.
But what about
That's
Jay?
fine.
Jay's just released, and he's still releasing great material.
Yeah, but I'm saying like actually like looking at like you know how many words are being said. Maybe Eminem is just saying too much, and he's already said.
Eminem's saying a lot without saying.
And he
Eminem
can't
is
really make it cohesive anymore. You know.
he's saying a lot without saying anything.
I think Jay's
Most
ability.
that I agree with that totally.
And Jay-Z says a little with
saying
much
so
impact.
much.
I think
right,
Jay's
right.
ability to maintain his content and his ability throughout. He like stretched his life out. You know, like he started off hustler, businessman, you know, successful entrepreneur, family man.
Shit, he invested
father,
in himself
you know?
and his wife.
So like every decade he's changed. You know, now he's a father for the first time. Well, not for the first time.
But he's
like
always
6 years now,
improving.
whatever, but
That's the.
But see, Eminem, he went through his struggle, had his kid, went through shit with his baby mama.
Yeah, we heard
all
about all of that shit.
all right away. The first 2 albums.
Right.
So now, like, what's left? You know?
I hear you, man.
I mean, but he's had drug
You-
addiction. Friends have died. He's relapsed.
You read
he's
about
got-
that too.
But
Yeah.
none of that
And
content.
that will all take a toll on you, though.
True,
You cannot
but
take
that
it as a
content.
person, though.
Yeah.
Maybe
Jim,
that is
no,
part of
but
the decline.
listen. Joe Budden has
You're
also
right.
gone through a lot of that. And
You're
his
right
music
about that.
did not suffer.
You're
For
right.
those who know
People
about
are
Joe
different,
Budden,
though.
actually
People
know.
are different, though.
Yeah.
Agreed. No, agreed.
And he had,
But
he had
then
shit
we're
on the
not
show.
talking about different people. We're talking about people you're supposed to be compared to, apparently. Right? If you're supposed to be compared,
No, you're right, though. But
But
I feel
people
like
are
that's a
different.
Sensitive.
people are different.
That's like a gray area in some way, I feel. Because you have to take that in consideration, though.
Talent shouldn't necessarily be.
Like, I can't take stress the way he takes stress.
No,
You
true,
know what I'm
true.
saying?
But
So it's
but
like-
the talent of writing a rhyme, like to vent, which it seemed like Eminem was good at doing, especially early on, is not something that is too far fetched to say he should have
Right.
been able to do.
Right.
So, like I'm saying, we're not comparing apples and oranges. We're
I get
comparing
that.
apples and apples
I get
now
that. I get
because
that.
people say that.
Which
I'm
one's sweeter?
only comparing them because they're saying that they are
Right.
They're put in the same. They're in the same bag of apples.
Which one's sweeter?
Well,
right.
Which one is more?
If you're gonna compare them, then I'm gonna tell you that
I agree.
Eminem's fucking
I
career
agree.
has gone downhill.
I'd say it's also a matter of how those events in his life have taken a toll on him. Because back in the day, you know,
So that's all I'm
the,
saying.
the shit with his mom, and the shit with Haley, and the shit
He
with
kind of
Kim,
had nobody.
that shit
but
hit
his
him.
people's, you know.
Well, that shit hit him closer.
And then Dre came as like a father figure.
That shit hit him much closer, and like he was much more passionate about it.
Which not to
Now-
say that Jay, you know, maybe he had the same kind of you know thing with Dame Dash. You
Yeah.
know, so
Well, he's trying to also
maybe
focus
not a
on
father
getting-
figure, but he had like a figure.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Well, he's trying to figure out now how to get his mind and everything right after the drugs, and then he's also what else does he have to really worry about? Fucking, I think he still works with Dre pretty closely.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse is like the biggest depressive thing that he had having going on in a long time. So he doesn't really have something that he's as passionate about other than trying to stay relevant in the game now.
yeah, that's a messy.
But trying to stay relevant will make you become more. And actually, maybe not in this day and age. Trying to become relevant and not succeeding makes you relevant because everybody's talking about you.
Yeah, but that's not the good.
Negative press,
but
but
that's-
press is press.
That is what's
I
happening.
don't like that.
It's a rollout. Press is gonna get,
press, yes.
in a
Bad
rollout,
press is still bad press.
but in a rollout, an album rollout,
I don't-
that means that there's more people paying attention, and it doesn't mean that it's streams
You're
now.
so right.
It's streams.
You're right.
You don't gotta go buy
and
it.
also, that shit sells.
Right.
You're so
Dude,
right.
That's it.
Personally,
No,
I cannot
agreed.
get down with that.
Agreed.
Man.
There was
So-
something.
And I only think about Ye. It's like all this shit happened with the whole Trump thing. We should join hands with Trump and be a friend. And then his album came out and like sold
terrible.
crazy fucking numbers.
But that's the thing. Same
Publicity
thing.
sells.
I just
I
read
don't
something.
get that shit though.
I
It's
just
like,
read something before we started recording that like I think the first week Kamikaze has
Oh
made
man.
like 18 million or something like that.
Oh, I thought it was no. So it was 435,000 records sold in the first weekend, which is crazy numbers.
Especially when
right
it's
now,
low.
that's crazy.
The weekend.
Um,
It was so it was released on a Friday, and then
Yeah.
numbers were counted on a Sunday. So that's really like
Especially when
listen,
there's no rollout.
I'm
It's
extremely
just
happy
That's
that
3
pop-up
days.
album.
I am very happy. I was just talking to a friend about it. I'm very happy that you still see that Eminem has a passion for rapping, or he's
You do. You
or
still
he's
do.
still attempting to find that
You're right.
that he's that love, or he's still got a fire burning essentially.
Yeah.
and you
It's
see
great,
him
it's
want
great.
to bring those younger people into the culture too, though. You do see that though.
I don't see that so often.
So I feel like there's no fast rappers anymore, and that's kind of like he's kind of doing something new to these newer kids, And it's like now we want to go back and see all these other rappers like Twista and like this and that.
you
know?
think that's what they did?
No, but that should be the point though.
The
is my-
mystery's
my-
lost on a lot of people.
You're right.
Yeah, it is.
Because
See, and that's something too. I was thinking like,
Because YouTube, you just stream the whole fucking thing, and it's just like, oh, it's over. I'm gonna go
It's-
do my shit. Now.
History's
Like,
lost on a lot of folks.
I try
But
to think of it.
No
like,
one does do the research.
I try to think if like Kamikaze was to come out back when Marshall Mathers LP came out,
That would've
like in
sold.
'99. It would have been big.
I
back
would have
then, right?
not bought
No,
Kamikaze anytime.
No. No, Slim Shady. This is my beef, dude. Slim Shady LP
It was
is
raw as
and
fuck.
the Marshall Mathers LP are very. 1A, 1B in his catalog, and they stand alone. When you've given me these two, right, and then just everything progressively becomes a little bit more and more deviated from where you started. Kamikaze is nothing like Slim Shady.
I feel you, but timing is everything. So how much would have changed had he released it, 15 years
Oh,
ago?
because people like fast rappers? Oh, I don't think it would have changed at all. Because it's still because fast rappers still were expected to be cold and talk about some shit.
Okay, but let's look at it this way. So you got
he's not talking about anything on that album.
Eminem,
And back then, lyrical content was bigger than anything. He's not talking about anything.
So think about it. So now you got Eminem 22 years into the game, right? Roughly. 96 was thinking.
Gee, Kamikaze back then with the Source and Double XL around, it would have murdered.
Agreed, but so
he would have not had a career.
So if he released Kamikaze on as his third release compared to 22 years down the line,
right?
Does that change the level of
He
shit?
did release a pretty bad album. Well, not a pretty. Actually, I take it back. Eminem Show was decent.
It was decent.
It was decent.
It was.
But his fourth album was pretty bad. So you can say put Kamikaze there.
I'm sorry. Anything after Eminem shows, and then I kind of lump Eminem Show
into the second
into that second.
Yeah, I'd rather him have stopped after that second album.
I swear, man. Or just go back to doing
and
something
again,
shit.
that is another
Go
selfish.
back to fucking Ruckus,
That's another selfish thought, right? That I wish you would have stopped then, so I could have
And
that
it's
thought
selfish
of you.
thought, of course.
I don't want the last thing I want to think about
We
you
can't
is
do
that.
that.
No, and that's true. You can't,
shouldn't.
and you shouldn't want to do that. You
We
shouldn't
Yeah.
want to box them in.
We shouldn't
like
want him to grow.
that. But I was saying earlier, I love that he still has passion, and it's good to see it. But you don't see it often, right? Because Eminem is a fairly large recluse, right? He kind of stays away from everything.
You're right.
Only until it's time for him to bring out an album, or
I think
or
he had his fill.
because when did he do the freestyle? Right before Revival came out, or was it right after?
BET Awards, right?
Oh yeah, the Cypher.
Was it before or after Revival?
It was before,
I thought it was after.
Wait,
Yeah,
Revival?
You could be right though.
Revival was the most recent one besides this one, right?
Yeah.
That came out December of last year.
Relapse was before.
And when is the awards? January or December?
Uh,
Regardless, it coincided, and he did that because it was good for the album press.
That makes sense. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe he did feel that way, but he also knew.
But I think he
Because
also...
Eminem is a metrics kind of guy. You can tell he's a metrics kind of guy.
I think he had his fill of controversy in the beginning part of his career too, though. So he doesn't really try to be out and
But what the fuck was he doing talking about Donald Trump then? That's mad controversy. In the freestyle that he...
Yeah, so I mean, he's doing that whole riding the wave of socially political conscious thing back then, and so now, as an entertainer, you're definitely supposed to ride that wave. Whatever's big, you're supposed to get into it.
Because you are a
So you remain
fucking
relevant.
machine that pumps out money.
Yeah.
And it's not...
And if you want to be competitive, that's what you have to
If
do.
Eminem, what I was getting at is if Eminem was a visible entertainer, like most of them are now, right? And he brought out, and he said socially conscious things on a regular basis, not just when it seemed convenient, right? And if he actually got on a single fucking once in a while, became a feature, maybe nobody wants an Eminem feature. I don't know.
He did though.
What?
He did.
The most recent one was Book of Ryan. He did Caterpillar.
Well, that's different, man. That's fucking Royce.
So you're talking about outside of his camp.
Outside of fucking Royce. I got no issue with Royce, but come on, that's not the fucking same thing.
But he also has had some features with some of the female artists. I think he was on
That's also not the same thing, because that's also the only thing.
Listen, what do you want?
I want him to fucking rap with a rapper that's not Royce. Listen, all Eminem, his formula has been get on a fucking his song, right, with a fucking rock chick.
Listen, I know
and
you watch
an R&B chick.
I know
I'll rap with Royce.
I know you watch the Joe Budden podcast like I do, right?
Get on a song
So
with Royce.
even he said, what works for Eminem is not going to work for a Joe Budden. So Eminem's going to stick to his lane.
But
And
the
whatever
lane
successful
is
is
ending. The
because-
lane, there's a fucking sign that says at 500 feet, this lane ends.
Listen, but if you're him, you're not thinking that. You just
You're
made
right, though.
you made up with Royce. Royce is wildly popular and successful now,
Maybe
and that's
Royce is
partially
being a
you're
yes
doing.
man.
Huh?
Maybe Royce is being a yes man.
I don't know.
Because he loves him so much, and they just became so close again. Maybe he can't not. Maybe Royce isn't hearing with objective ears.
Or we're just hearing with objective ears.
It could be a maybe all day.
We can't be the only ones that have
All I'm
objective
saying
ears.
is, all I'm saying is, if there's somebody who you're apt with working with, and you guys make good music together, your projects are always successful. Why would you not do that as a feature? Yeah, you should work outside of that a little bit, but like
No,
he's gonna stick
okay,
to
keep
what-
making music with them. That's fine, but why can't I get an Eminem or two feature throughout the year on somebody else?
Because he's a megastar.
He ain't a motherfucking megastar,
I know,
man.
Well,
Literally,
numbers-wise, he was.
I get money. Numbers are different than what is actually. But maybe not. Maybe numbers equate to superstardom. That's fine. I get it. But to me, Eminem lost superstardom a long time ago.
I was literally just referencing the same thing I was just referencing right before that with the Joe Budden podcast. But you are, I don't know, like you're on one.
I'm
Anyways.
just saying, man. Fuck it.
Listen,
I don't give a fuck anymore.
I'm telling you, you can if, what,
Fuck
when,
you.
how, maybe, possibly all day long. But the way that things are for them is going to be different than us. So we can definitely speculate about it. But if I'm M and I'm an old motherfucker and I'm trying to fit into this game full of new versions of rap, new styles, and there's nobody who I'm necessarily trying to work with, but the people who I came in the game with, they're still right there and they're still doing their thing. I'm gonna jump on with them.
Maybe you get on a track with some of these guys, you start to get it. To get what this is.
Yes, but then look at the examples of people who are doing that.
Yay.
Yay.
Like we just said.
Yeah, but Ye.
That's
I'm
corny
not
as
saying,
fuck.
not a young kid.
Corny as fuck.
You don't gotta get on it with a young man.
right.
Make a song with fucking 2 Chainz. I know I've said 2 Chainz twice.
2 Chainz is old as fuck too.
Chainz though.
That'd be a pretty good track.
And 2 Chainz been around for a long time too.
What Eminem ever been on a track with Drake?
Yeah.
When?
I can't remember what the name of the song is, but they have a song together.
How long ago?
Mixtape.
Why not more?
Mixtape.
They're fucking superstars, right? Why hasn't Jay and M
Because
Why hasn't Jay and M been
Think
on a
about
track
the
together?
personas. Think about the personas.
Other than the
Drake and
fucking
Eminem.
first time they were on a track together.
Think about the personas though.
How many goddamn West Coast rappers are there and Eminem ain't on a fucking West Coast track but maybe once in a while? There's a million! There's so many West Coast rappers now.
I think Eminem would be a cool West Coast feature.
There's a lot of production.
And I could be wrong, there could be more that I don't know about. But I highly fucking doubt that. I highly doubt Eminem gives a fuck about rap when he's not rapping.
Like, how could M get on that hyphy wave?
Huh?
I feel like M could have got on that hyphy wave. But
Even if he's not on the hyphy wave, like,
no, but that's
make it a California family thing. Not even just be willing to be out there. Like, why haven't you been on a Top Dog Entertainment type of stuff? Why haven't you had I don't know, Schoolboy Q,
Right.
or a fucking no lie, fucking
Maybe those camps just don't reach out to each other.
I don't think people are reaching out to M that much.
Maybe that's it.
And maybe I'm wrong, but that's
Maybe
my
people feel like they just don't want to try and bother him. I don't know.
bother him. Man, that's when it gets a little man, fuck you, Eminem. I bother you. Get the fuck out of here.
This is what I realized too.
You're supposed to be you look at all the other big acts.
Well,
Jay brings up.
I feel like it's kind of pretentious if you're a new artist and you're like, I want M on this track, because it's like.
Not to say you want it, but there should be an open line of communication. You should be able to say, hey, M, I got this track.
So right, yeah,
and not just a rookie, but what about a Kendrick? And have they been on the track together?
Listen.
I don't think so.
They might have too, but
Yeah, maybe.
the thing is,
We can look that up.
The
and maybe
era
I'll
that
correct
we-
it next week.
the era we grew up in, learning to love rap the way we do, affiliations were a lot back then, right?
Yeah.
So this guy was your boss, and just off that, this guy's boss is gonna want to work with you when you guys work together, right? How the fuck much does that mean now?
It doesn't mean much.
No, it's changed a lot, man.
It doesn't.
It's changed a lot.
So, I'm sure a lot of the reasons that M blew up was after he met Dre, all of his affiliations, and that helped. But now, it doesn't fucking matter. Nobody cares who you're affiliated with. It doesn't matter anymore.
That's true. Nothing matters anymore. And honestly, we didn't even talk much about the beef. We've just evaluated how much Eminem pisses me
This
off.
is true, but hopefully this will be going on for a while.
Yeah, we're not gonna stop talking about this. You see how fucking passionate we
No,
are.
absolutely. But we're running.
Yeah,
we're running
let's
kind
get
of
the
late.
fuck
Get
out.
into this.
Point out the kicks real
We'll get
quick.
into this 2-hour mark soon. So, you got on a what today?
Cool grade 11s, man. People love them. Fuck with them.
He decided to actually put on a pair of shoes that he A, hasn't worn
I
before,
swear I
and
wanted
B,
to-
that aren't slides.
I
So
swear I
weird.
wanted to wear slides so bad today, man.
Yeah.
Wiggle my toes while we sitting out here.
So I feel you.
Like, we can't start it with this thing and then
Just tell them what you got on.
I just got on some pennies, you know. These have been out maybe once before this.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Wait,
They're
like
kinda tight.
on the show?
No, just on my feet.
Okay, right.
You know.
Man, that's those '90s shoes, man. There's just something about those. Like these are some. These are different. Different class in terms of like how you like look at them.
Yeah.
But those, man, like this, like the bottom. That's '90s like a motherfucker. This like translucent, like
Yeah, right.
bulky shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love it, man.
That was like after like a year or so, they should be yellow after playing outside and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, and
And
I just realized how much I really enjoy pennies. I have a lot of pairs compared to what I thought I did. I was looking to put whatever I was gonna put on today, and I'm like, damn, there's probably like 8 pairs of pennies.
that's crazy. I didn't know that. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All different colors.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. No doubles.
What's your favorite out of the pennies?
Eggplant foams. Those are my
Okay.
favorite. They're just
Those are pretty dope.
Damn, that sounds dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're expensive as fuck. so they've only been worn once.
I saw those. I think
Special
the Paris
occasion.
ones that were released today.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I was gonna try to see it again just to sell them, but
Those were two.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Anyway,
Yeah, so
shoes is shoes.
shoes is shoes, and I'm not even gonna. I don't even know what to say during this segment anymore because like you just fucking dropped out of it. You are not in it. Like
I didn't drop out of it.
Oh,
You
you
dropped
never
out.
dropped out of it. I dropped out of it.
for 2 weeks in a row. You
No,
pretty much dropped out.
not 2 weeks in a row. I wore slides last week. The week before,
Two
I
out of 3 weeks. That's
I
66%.
thought you changed last week.
No, I
Nope,
wore
you wore
slides. I was like,
Yeah, you
fuck
wore
it.
slides.
I was lazy as fuck last
Oh,
week.
you did. Yes.
I was a little lazy. Anyway, on that note,
Yeah. All right. Well, YouTube. Wish I could say I'll see you next week, but it's unfortunately gonna be
we
the week
will
after
see you
that.
next week,
We will
though.
see you next
But
week,
the
so-
show goes on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better hold it down.
2 times? Okay.
Count on them to hold it down, YouTube. But if not, you let them know. You like, y'all didn't do
For
shit.
sure, for sure.
You know?
Now we'll hold it down. I don't know if it'll be because there's two of us. There'll be less talking probably, so it'll probably be a little shorter.
It can
I'm
potentially
assuming.
be shorter, and
Be
that's
shorter.
fine.
That's fine. But we will be here like always.
That's right.
And maybe it'll be a little bit, maybe a day late posting, or maybe I can
No,
actually.
I'll be back on Sunday.
Okay.
I'll be back on Sunday, so
Okay.
we just gotta figure out how we're gonna see each other.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. No, we'll do it. We'll do
But
it.
yeah, I can get this definitely done same day. You still have the weekly wrap in there. I'll make sure I'll take care of that because
Yeah.
that should become a favorite
That's
part of
what's
mine as well.
For real.
So, yeah.
But yeah, you guys have a fantastic next week. Hopefully you like what you see when I'm not here, but not as much as you do when I am here.
But you know what?
This man.
No.
Something like
Don't
that.
love them too much.
Right, we love them. We love them, and so opposite shout out to Glenn.
Opposite shout out to Glenn. Thank you for viewing again.
Yeah,
Episode 11.
episode 11.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, like us, and subscribe.
At
please.
Kiona and Kasson Podcast.
On YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. We would definitely appreciate it.
Check us out. Comment. Let us know what you think. Hit that like button. Hit the little bell. It let you know when we come out.
Yeah, we'll be trying to see y'all a little bit throughout the week.
Yep.
But yeah, we out of here, man. So y'all have a good night, and going forward, just keep it going good.
Keep it going good.
Keep it going good.
Keep it going good.
And if you're gonna do anything, keep it going good. Later.